Welcome, everyone, to the
You're a
game
rejected gift.
that keeps on giving. The game that is a gift. Below the Land of Fire, they gift me wonderful fun times, and I gift them all of their dreams come true in character. So, we're going to go around, we're going to say who we are, who we're playing, and I'll do a little recap of what happened last time. Starting with Yutsai. How are you tonight?
Hey, I am all right, a little tired, but new year, new me, all that good stuff. Hi, I'm Yutsa. I'll be playing Parker Lee, fellow who would make a very capable vessel, apparently.
Yes, yes, indeed. Someone who likes the occasional vessel would be Nuggetosaurus.
That's a sentence that's associated with me now. Yes. Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. New year, same me, because I don't have any room for personal growth at the moment because last year was a fucking nightmare. So I'm ready for a nightmare of this game. Let's go. I'm playing Bobby May. Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Someone who loves nightmares sometimes might be L'Oreal Arc. Hi, Snow. How are you?
I am doing great. New year and a new me on my end here because I'm ready to delve into a fresh realm of horror under the ocean. Playing Irina Zhao, our resident sound tech, about to go and meld some lava snails, it seems. Looking forward to that. And potentially dying.
Yeah, that's always the potential. Someone who also possesses that potential would be Dimples and Dice. How are you?
Potential to die?
We all have the potential
I guess.
to die.
That's what we come onto the planet with. Hi everyone, I'm Dimples and Dice, or Prince, or Amir, or the Moist Heat, or Damp Daddy. Well, you know what? The Damp Daddy one? That might actually be applicable now in this game. Now, we're literally in a damp underwater bubble thing. Yeah. Anyway, I'm playing Teddy Gilbert, boxer turned paranormal investigator, bodyguard turned potentially suicidal monster.
I love it. So why don't I do a recap of what happened last week to catch everybody up who might not know. Last week, our wonderful investigators, they were on a party yacht. That's what C said. Having a grand old time, listening to some sick DJ Yakumama beats. You got to hear the new hit Leviathan. Probably a one-hit wonder because it might not get played ever again. And, tragedy struck in the form of a Shoggoth attacking their ship and dragging it to the depths of the ocean. A lot of people fell asleep. There was a little bit of sleepy magic involved, and some people did not succumb. That would be all of our investigators, minus the doctor. She had a bit of a nap. And the manager, let's see, Kenneth Boyles, DJ Yakumama's manager. He seemed fine. Got punched a few times, though. Didn't love that. They got dragged down to the bottom of the ocean where we had a wonderful guest, Hot Flakes Tom, playing Professor Marvin Howells, who kind of gave them the rundown on what's up here in this Elder Thing city. Guiding them over to the human enclosure area and kind of showing them the ropes after they got their assignments, their work assignments, because this isn't a rent-free place. I mean, I guess technically you don't pay rent, but you have to work. That's how it is. So the Elder Things came, did a little memory doobly-doo, broke through Bobby May's memory wall, her block that had been given to her in Spoons, Washington. I'm sure that'll be fine. And they're all totally fine, and they were given residence, their own little ship, which had exactly 6 cots, the number that they needed for the little group, on the Chum Guzzler. So the Chum Guzzler is their HQ, essentially, under the water, with Dr. Bronwyn Hughes. I thought H, and I went Hannah. Hannah, unfortunately, can't be here today. Her internet's out because storms are a bitch. But Dr. Bronwyn Hughes is going to be doing her task, which is worker maintenance. So basically giving health checkups and medical care to the people who need it, which, let's be honest, most people here need it at this point in time. Because it's been a little while since I've had fresh people, since Mateo's fishing ship, actually. That's probably the last batch of people that you know of that they got. And that was a couple weeks ago. So, we pick up the next, well, I say the next morning. It's early, wee hours of the morning, probably 5 a.m. You guys, I don't know if you were able to get any sleep, but by the time you got here, it was probably about 2 or 3 in the morning, 1 or 2 in the morning. It's the wee early hours when everyone got dragged down here. Does anyone get any sleep before the workday begins? Yes, Irina?
That's just a show of hands. So I definitely.
Oh,
get
you
some
did get sleep?
I'm just
Okay.
like,
You take a little snooze.
battle plan. We might have to kill ourselves. I'm getting some sleep.
Yeah, I think Teddy's in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Bobby does.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, you just
Got a
reminded
lot on
me
her mind.
that I dreamed I had an evil twin last night. Thank you for that. That's
You're
weird.
welcome.
Yep.
Parker probably gets some Z's.
Some Z's. Okay. So, Bob and May, also, none of you have nightmares tonight. It's the first night that you haven't had any nightmares while sleeping. But Bob and May, what are you doing while everyone else sleeps?
I think I'm so
You staring your
remind
cot at the
me-
ceiling, having an existential crisis. Pacing
Yeah,
around.
so this is like the interior of a wrecked ship, right?
Yes, this is a ship that has been dragged down probably several months ago at the looks of it. The Chum
Okay.
Guzzler. There is pictures and photographs on the wall still of a fishing crew. It's looks like someone's kind of, maybe like a 3-4 night away vessel. They'd come back, one of those little trawlers. So it
Weekend
has,
trip.
yep.
Okay.
Like you go out for 3-4 days, you come back, you don't fish on the weekend, you have some time off.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
an overnight fishing vessel.
Right. Okay. I think Bobby's gonna climb up on top of the deck of this ship and
Sure.
just kinda. She can't sleep, so she's gonna bring Goop with her and just hang out.
Hi.
And hi, Goop. I think she just kind of she watches the movement of the dome and kind of
Sure.
tracks, kind of what's going on, how active they are at night, things like that.
Sure. Why don't you give me a spot hidden check then?
Sure.
Who you're observing.
That is a success.
Huzzah! That is a success. So you're paying attention. You're starting to notice. You see in the distance, because again, this area is massive.
Big.
Like this is a fraction. You can see beyond the dome because the dome does give off this faint glow. In the shadows of it, you see more skyline and just keeps going and going until you can't see any further. You are in but a small fraction of what the city once was.
Okay.
But it's still quite large. You guesstimate it'd probably take an hour to walk from one side of the dome to the other. Few miles across. You see people in the city. Bitty, because it's so far away. You see the little dust clouds of rubble being moved, a cart loaded on people being brought back. It seems that once a cart is filled up, they just leave it there. They don't move the cart. And you'll see why with your successful spot hidden check as shift change happens. Everyone's gotten some sleep. A Shoggoth comes out after all the humans have left. You see a couple other things come out in a Shoggoth, and it gets the cart and it takes it away and dumps it into a ravine, a deep.
What was
deep pit.
in the cart? Just like rubble.
Rubble, just rubble,
Okay.
stones, debris.
Okay.
Looks
and
like there's a
they-
fair amount of also like old dried out plant matter that maybe like when this area was underwater, stuff had grown here and was living here,
Right.
and then it suddenly wasn't underwater anymore.
Wasn't right.
Yeah.
Okay. And this ravine, is this inside the
It's
within
just
the dome?
outside. It looks like you could access a part of it from the dome, but it looks like it's like kind of along the edge. You notice on the back wall there's like a little.
Yeah.
It's not as perfectly circular because it's like hitting the edge of the ravine and it just dumps the cart out. This cart is like a dump truck size,
Right.
and then it
Big.
takes the cart back to the next area to be cleared The Shoggoth shambles back to the
Interesting.
Shoggoth pits.
The pits. Okay. Then yeah, I think Bobby just unable to sleep, just stays up and
Modern
watches and
activity. Sure.
idly chats with Goop.
Goop is more than happy to idly chat with you, and he'll ask, you seem to have had a pretty rough day.
Yeah, I know you were there when I was talking to Teddy, but I
Yeah.
went on a trip a while ago, not that long ago, and apparently had more of an adventure than I thought I did. So I was just kind of processing that.
That happens sometimes.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to come down here and be faced with elder things and then be faced with an unblockage of my memory. So it kind of threw me off kilter a little bit, but I'm fine now.
That's understandable. Do you need a hug?
Absolutely. I will take a hug.
Okay, go let me out of the jar to get a hug.
All right. I'm gonna
You
pop the
uncork,
jar open.
uncork, and Goop, you just bloop in your hand and like give just like the littlest blobby hug to you, and you will regain.
Oh no. I mean, this is a good thing, but
Where did my roll 20 go? That is not helpful. Okay. Well, there's one. I'll just use that one. 4 points of sanity.
hot damn. I have been flirting with 40 for a while. I keep going down and then back up to 40 and then down and then back up to 40, so I'm back up at 40 now.
There you go.
All right.
And you feel a little bit better than before you got a hug from Goop.
Great. I'll leave Goop out for as long as Goop wants to be out, at least until I see others starting to wake up and stuff.
Sure thing.
Does Goop seem fine outside of the container? No,
Yeah,
like
Goop
adverse
seems-
effects?
Goop seems totally fine outside of the container.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, that's how Bobby passes the night.
Okay. Everyone else, you have a wonderful, deep night's sleep with no nightmares. And you wake up. It looks the exact same outside because you're really far under the water. There's no change of light. There is no change of temperature. But you will awaken to like a low droning noise. Like if you had just like a single bass sound of doo, and it goes on for about a minute and then it stops. It's just enough to wake you up, but not enough to be obnoxious.
I think Arita like opens one eye, closes it, rolls over. Just
Uh-huh.
like, nope.
Ugh. That one passes for a sunrise out here.
Bobby May would see other people coming out of their fishing boats and pleasure
Y'all?
yachts and things.
People are waking up.
I feel like
It's
I'm
not
back in
time to
school.
wake up yet. It's too early.
I don't even know what early is here.
I feel it. It's early.
So Bobby's gonna hop down from the deck.
Sure.
Goop's back in the container.
Whee!
All right, y'all. So what's the plan again? Y'all two are going to the forges, right? Are we just reconning today? What are we doing? Teddy and I have manual labor to do.
I think Raycon's the best idea.
Okay.
We haven't even been down here for a day. We don't know what the schedule's like. We don't know anyone else down here. We got some tips on who to talk to from the chef guy, professor.
Yeah.
Right, and I think the Russian spy is supposed to be with y'all too, so y'all can probably talk to.
Probably
Yeah.
could. And what's the other guy's name? Was it Greg? Emery? Anthony?
Juan?
I'm terrible with names.
Greg, George,
Gabriel?
George, there we go.
Gabriel.
Yes. Gabriel, yes, that's the one. We should
You would have
probably-
said yes to any name.
You're
Right?
probably right.
George,
Ingenious.
Gabriel, Jameson.
It probably. We're supposed to talk to that guy. I'm not sure where he's been assigned. He looks like the guy to talk to. Another thing, Irina just pulls out the walkie-talkies from their previous exertion. Who wants to hold on to one of these?
Might as well give it here.
Right. Yeah, I think splitting up between groups, since y'all are going to be in the forges and we'll be doing manual labor, I think each group should have one.
Makes sense.
And
Also,
we'll test out the limits here.
I don't know
Right.
if the scavenger is going to be near the forges, so you two might want to keep an eye out for them. I think I remember they're in charge of dragging bodies to the Shoggoth pits, so who knows? They might have something useful here. We should check out what they stock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and gosh, where does that rabble rouser? There's someone who likes egging people on down here. I just can't. I don't know where they work though.
We'll find out, I guess.
But I do remember their name. Parker says the name out loud.
Tara Brighton.
Tara Brighton. Thank you.
Brighton. We'll keep an eye out, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the best we can do.
Okay, we saved some of the stuff just for us and might come in handy for the pinch, but we did give a bulk of it away, so we wouldn't get torn to pieces by everyone else here.
I mean, the rest of the stuff's on the ship. We just let them know it's on the ship.
Oh, we just up and left the doctor on the ship too.
I'm quite sure she got assigned like the rest of them. We'll find her when she's back. I mean,
Is she processing properly though? We saw what happened when she tried to process, right?
We should definitely check up on her next time she's back.
Listen, right now, there's only so many things we can worry about.
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's for breakfast today? Military rations or some of our snacks?
Just add water.
Let's save
a
snacks
bell.
for morale.
It sounds less like a bell, more like someone clanging some metal things together, and you see breakfast being served outside. Should you wish to partake, looks like your lovely Dr. Renee Nelson is the one serving this morning, with Disco, and she's scooping up what looks to be a very grayish green bowl of snail and seaweed chowder.
Hey, I mean,
I'll take
mealtime.
military ration.
Mealtime is the best time to socialize, though. When are we going to get another opportunity just to sit and figure out how people are standing down here?
Yeah, how is mealtime happening? Are they just grabbing their bowls and like moving? Like, are they sitting?
It seems that people are grabbing whatever vessel they have as a bowl and it's lining up. It seems to be rather decently organized. Less chaos of give me food. It looks like there's a good quantity of food. It's just not great. So no one's going hungry, per
Are
se.
they congregating in the same area to eat together, or are they just like going to their own places?
Some people are going to their own places, but those are usually the bit more, let's say, disheveled, distressed-looking people. The people who look a little bit more put together are, there's some benches that they're pulling up and kind of sitting and having a chat. There seems to be social space, and
So George might be there. That we might be able to find a George.
Do we see Gemma?
Gemma, yes. Actually, wait. No, you do not see Gemma. You do
Where
see
the-
some people from the That's What C Said, but you do not see Gemma.
Where the flip is Gemma?
Parker's gonna go.
Is she even Gemma right now, or are we still DJ Yakumama?
Probably Gemma. Let's be honest. She passed out like the rest of everything.
That's only her stage name.
Well, you know what?
Honestly, I don't think she's getting out of here, so I think Gemma's fine.
We just hear tunes start playing across the capture shop as he morale. But Parker will go eat with. He will grab like a bag of chips, or as a professor would say, crisps.
Yes.
And he will go get a bowl, and then
There's bowls in the Chum Guzzler. There's like a bowl cabinet with dishware.
he'll grab a chum bowl and try to do the cafeteria pan and see if there's a group that seems not too big, not too small, but
Sure.
I could mine for some information.
Yeah. You're a social person. I won't make you roll for that. That's a pretty easier one. You see there is a group of, you do notice, actually, do give me a roll. Give me either a psychology or a spot hidden roll to pick up on littler nuances. You'll get the big picture of where you should probably go to sit.
Spot hidden. Success.
All right. So first of all, you notice a blonde lady who's wearing, at this point, tattered designer clothing, very worn, who seems to be egging two people on about something off to the side. She's probably your Tara, the resident troublemaker. You also see someone who looks to be kind of like everyone else is listening to them, so a bit more perhaps in charge. That might be your Gabriel. He's sitting with the largest little group of people. So there's like 7, 8 of them there. And then you see one lady. She's got dark, short, cropped black hair, straight. And looks like she has a power suit blazer on over just something like comfy pajamas. Like just something weird mixed match style, but she has no fucks left to give. And it's a little chilly down here, so. And she is going to an old a ship called the Pure Pressure, and seems to be sitting at a couple folding tables and putting some stuff out.
That's probably the scavenger. I love these ship names, by the way. I've always cheered up on here, the ship names. Okay. I'm gonna go to the popular kids table.
Sure. Yeah. You got like a little half circle of benches, seats, folding chairs, a large rectangular piece of rubble that's been dragged over. And you hear, "Oh, you must be one of the new people. Hello, my name is Gabriel Martinez, and you might be."
Hey, Parker. Nice to meet you, Gabriel.
Hi, yes, nice to meet you. Anyone else down here, I guess. Unfortunate, but nice.
Right. Best of a bad situation. Mind if I sit down?
Please. We all have plenty to eat. Plenty of places to sit. We try to encourage socializing, so that way it helps keep you a little bit more together.
I got the orientation, so I know it's kind of bleak down here, so I thought a lot of it's been taken already, but bit of a hope to make a good impression, and I'll pull out the bag of chips. And
is it like one of those like family size bags, like
yeah,
the party bags?
The family
and they're
packs.
just like, oh. And he'll be like, okay, yep,
Yeah.
all right, and he'll take it from you, open up, and just put a little like on the edge of
Yeah.
each person's bowl that he can see, and like shake it to get people to come down and get some chips, and everyone gets a little handful of chips, and morale has drastically improved because oh my gosh, potato chips.
So, my main objective talking to Gabriel is, I guess, just getting his perspective and seeing if there's anything different or anything
Yeah.
specific to Gabriel that the professor didn't fill us in on.
Sure. Give me your charm or fast talk or persuade, just to see how well you butter them up. You get a bonus from the potato chips. A potato chip bonus, you could say.
Potato chip bonus. Ooh,
Potato
I'll
chip
do
bonus.
charm.
Sure. Hey,
66.
nice. Yes, definitely make it. Not a hard success. Potato chip bonus isn't like 40, and that would put you at 130 anyway. So, but no. Definitely a solid success. It's bleak. People are not. A lot of people are very defeated. You could tell that Gabriel, he used to be a ship's captain. He tells you he used to be the captain of the Stinky Fish. And he's been doing his best. He's kind of stepped up into a leadership position because there really wasn't one before he came down here, to try to cheer people up a bit, because if people have hope, what little of it there is down here, they're going to be more likely to work together and to not be as self-detrimental, is how he puts it. Teamwork makes the dream work, and the dream here is escape. Seem that he
On
he
that
seems to-
subject,
yeah.
yeah, I pointed the spiral to the sky ceiling.
Mhm.
No one ever tried running up that thing?
No, it's closed. We can't. None of us have been able to get in. It's got
Closed.
it's closed. It's got the big stone door that we haven't been able to open. It was already cleared when we got when I came here, at least, to start working on rubble removal. That's my job. Yeah, it's weird. It's very it looks wrong. Like the dimensions, like they shouldn't be able to work. You'd think that it would have collapsed, but it's, I don't know, really weird architecture down there in the city. Really, really weird architecture. But no, it's like a stone door. I don't see any handles. It's very heavy. Haven't been able to open it. It's got a lot of symbols on the outside. Here, and he'll like draw out like roughly in the sand for you some of the symbols you see, and you see some familiar shapes. He's just quickly doodling this, so it's nothing super fancy, but you see those triangular shaped people. It looks like that weird peace star, you found. It's got the elder things. Now you have a name for them. The elder things. And the triangular shaped people making peace. And then the triangular shaped people coming and going. Like visiting, like, and there is a few dots he draws out next to it. That Bobby May might be able to, or anyone if they have the cipher might be able to.
Yeah.
It's late.
Well, I'm not gonna get assigned to hard labor. I'm gonna be working in the heat on the forge. But I do have a couple friends that, if you wouldn't mind looking after.
Sure, of course.
And I'll just describe Teddy and Bobby May to him.
All right.
They're good folks. They're also new.
Yeah, it seems we got a new boat in last night. Interesting. That's what C said. He looks like squinting in the distance.
Yeah, it's a fun name, isn't it?
I like it. Looks like it was a very nice boat. Was.
Yeah. Oh, did you also have you seen the sub? I hear there's a sub down here somewhere.
Oh, it's like here they keep it on the other side of the lava forges. That is how the professor and Wash and Tanner, they came down. Oh, and Uriah. That one's a harder name to say. Uriah. I work with Wash and Tanner sometimes on the manual labor shifts.
And are they okay with people like going to different areas where they're not supposed to be working?
No, they are not really. You could ask a special permission.
Ask who?
The elder things, or
They understand?
Oh, they understand. They definitely understand. They just don't tend to speak to us very often unless necessary.
So like a nod or something?
Yeah, they could nod. Or they guide you. They might walk you to an area. Someone asked for something, let's say a bit unreasonable. Asked them to shove something where somewhere doesn't shine, etc., etc. And they got a long walk off of the abyssal cliff there. So, maybe don't be rude when you ask, but if you ask,
they can
some people
detect
have
rudeness, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
though
really
they
very
certainly
nervous about Teddy.
they don't really like. They consider themselves very superior beings. I get the feeling. And then,
Good to know.
Yep.
But
if you were to ask them very politely, they might, if you do a good job, they might, if you just wish to go to a different area, they might acquiesce.
Okay.
Might get special permission.
That's good to know. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you, Gabriel, and Parker's just gonna
Thank
sit
you for
with the
the
group.
chips.
Oh yeah, you guys need him more than me. I mean, did you see? And he kind of like gestures, everyone's faces lighting up when they kind of like saw.
Oh yeah, no, that was great. The happiest people have looked all week.
And Parker's just gonna stay with the group and kind of familiarize himself with the folks here, so he knows like the genuine click.
Do you try the snail and seaweed mixture?
Yeah.
It's a weird texture. You've probably eaten foods with weirder texture though, in your life at some point. I mean, but it's not terrible tasting. It's actually rather weirdly bland. You imagine that the seaweed is what gives it a decent salty kind of seaweedy flavor, like a little bit of a kombu or wakame. Imagine if it was a very seaweed heavy dish, and it actually would be pretty okay. Like if it was like a heavy seaweed broth with some chunks, but it's very snail heavy today.
Does that like skip bowl spoon and watches it drip back into the bowl and mutters, Never thought I missed the guinea pig.
And you've got some intel. Abume, Teddy, and Irina, what are y'all doing during breakfast? You heating up some MREs? Some, you can eat. That's a great idea.
Yeah, this
Possibly.
looks too awful to Teddy.
It looks bad. It looks real bad.
We're gonna
Like,
die,
it may
you
taste
know?
fine, but Teddy is like, I honestly would rather eat military rations. I really would.
I'll take a bouncing egg omelet. Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
I don't think Bobby is hungry at
Okay.
the moment. She
Mhm.
doesn't eat.
Bobby?
That's
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Teddy and Irina are like, you good? Because
Darling, we are trapped in an underwater dome
No,
city.
I
I
mean-
am not good, not even remotely.
Did you even sleep, Bobby? You don't look
No,
like
I did not. I
So
can-
you're
how
not
the
gonna
fuck can
sleep
you
and you're
sleep
not
in
gonna
this
eat.
place? I never said that. I just said I'm not particularly hungry at this moment.
well, if they start
And-
putting us to work, you're gonna get hungry, and then you might not be able to leave and
Well,
get food.
You should
It's a good
really
thing
eat
I've got-
something.
I've got a chewy bar in my pocket. It's fine if I get
breakfast
hungry.
is the most important meal of the day, and you're even the one getting us to have breakfast
it
together
is?
every single time.
that.
Well, you don't eat goop, so you know.
So important. You should really eat something.
I'm fine for the moment. I promise I will eat something if I get hungry. Like I said, I've got food in my pocket. It'll be fine.
I kind of like give Teddy like the look, cause like, do you trust that?
It's literally like the same moment. Teddy and Irina look at each other like,
Yes, please bond.
and they look back. Teddy looks back at you like, I will tell you, and I told you so.
That's totally fine. You are more than entitled to any I told you so's that happen to pop up over the next couple of days. Given
So,
our situation, I think that's
what did you
fair.
find out on your nighttime endeavor? It says
No.
nighttime in air quotes.
Yeah, not much. The Shoggoths apparently are the ones who dump all the rubble that we are going to be picking up. After the shift ends, they take them and dump them into that. You can see if you squint right over there, that like abyssal ravine kind of thing.
Mhm.
That's about all I learned last night.
Huh.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Like, I just, how does that move things?
I imagine with
How
one of
did
the
it
tentacles
grab
pushing
a
it
boat?
forward.
It
But
sure
it's
moves
like-
that boat.
It's like a goo with eyeballs.
I look at Goop.
Yeah.
And? This is nothing new.
Shoggoths are usually pretty strong.
Yeah,
Apparently, Shoggoths are very strong.
Huh.
Well,
I mean, one did pull us down.
I'm
It
just.
And create a magic bubble around
This
us.
sounds weird, but I'm just curious about how they work, like anatomically. Like how
it's
does
best not to look into it too much. Or
Yeah, I
theorize.
think that's something that we should not be pondering right now. I think escaping is probably a more important thing to be focused on at the moment
Well,
than
like,
the
yeah.
anatomy
That's a
of
good
a
way to-
fucking Shoggoth.
No, I spent about a while with the Shoggoth tentacles. They look kind of like
What?
shadow tentacles. They just kind of wrap around the cartilage and push it forward. What?
you spent a while with the tentacles?
Well, it took a while for us to go all the way down, and I was alone in there. She just shrugs. And it was
Bobby just
high.
looks at Teddy and gives him a look of like, "This is the woman you have a crush on."
She
Just-
just like shrugs.
Conveys that message with her eyes.
Teddy
Alright.
is fine. Prince is not.
Oh, Baba May. I did
Yes,
some
yes.
math. If I had to, guess, I would guess that a Shoggoth is 4.5 times stronger than Teddy.
Huh. Teddy, according to Goop, Shoggoths are 4.5 times stronger than you are, so
Even the baby ones?
well,
Not the baby.
yeah, not the baby
They're
ones,
probably
but
like half as strong, so like twice
half
as strong as Teddy.
for babies, so twice as strong as you. So maybe we don't fuck around with the Shoggoths or
I
their
mean, I
tentacles.
wasn't planning on boxing
Irina.
one. Just
You don't want to.
Yeah, maybe we
wanna
stay away from those.
I'm gonna keep my head down, do recon on the forges, and
Focus
while I'm
on
eating
the machine
breakfast, yes.
and how to get out of here.
I was also thinking, in those files, is there any rituals about the bubble in there, Bobby?
In the red folder?
Yeah.
Not that I can remember, no.
Dang.
And I don't want to pull that out at the moment, just because I don't want. Well, I mean, they were in my head. They know we have it, so there's none in there at the moment that I can recall.
Can you ask Goop
About the bubble?
the bubble? Yeah, perhaps how we can recreate something like that for ourselves.
I
Is it even
have to
possible?
find a ritual or some magic. Probably something laying around somewhere.
Magic.
It's pretty complex. So
Very
I doubt
complex.
it's all just in their brains. It's probably written down somewhere.
It's probably there's probably like a manual somewhere, according to Goop.
Like a carving or a book or something.
Right.
whoa. You're saying there's a ritual that we could do that could produce a bubble like the one we're in right now?
There's based off what we've seen, I do not doubt the possibility that that is an option. The question is
find it.
yeah, if we form a bubble, how are we going to propel ourselves back up or out or any of that?
I
It's
mean,
air. Air rises.
there you go.
Yeah, but
because that's exactly where I was going.
Well,
there has to be something
also
holding this one in place. There's an anchor of some sort. Looks at the spire thing that's here.
That's also part of the problem is if we bubble a ship and, just shoot back up to the surface, that'll kill us.
Who says
That
bubble
pressure
a
that
ship?
fast? You want to bubble this whole place to the surface? I thought the whole point was to
No.
destroy this
We
place.
just get people in the same place so we don't have to die down here.
I'm confused. I don't understand what the thought is.
So we make our little bubble ritual. We don't necessarily
Uh-huh.
have to have it on one of these busted ass ships. We just put it in another space. We can go to the edge of the bubble or whatever. Maybe we can find something else to take up with us.
Also, technically, if the bubble, we didn't really feel any atmospheric shifts in air
Correct.
pressure, so that would still prevent us from.
Yeah, my ears ain't pop. I don't feel any pressure from being under here.
I'll leave the magic to y'all because this is not comprehending anything to me.
Magic's pretty complicated.
Yeah, the most I can do is set this hippo on fire and put people to sleep.
Some people
so.
just aren't cut out for it.
No, yeah. And I've had enough wild shit happen to me in my life, so magic is going to be a firm no for me, thank you.
Honestly, I was gonna say the same thing until yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, I think the paradigm has definitely shifted. Because back when I first started at Wintercroft, I was like, there's some weird stuff that happens, but nothing particularly spooky or that interesting. And now I'm here.
Well, I have encountered Sasquatches controlled by Northern Pacific tree octopi. I'm not really surprised.
Yeah, Bobby May, you've had a time.
Yeah, that's an accurate description. Oh yeah, Irina, I see the confused look on your face. The elder things unlocked some memories of my time in Spoons. So yeah, it was not as normal as I originally believed it to be. So So yeah, there's that.
Not gonna lie, that explains a lot of our time in Peru.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is that why you're not eating?
Part of it, yeah. I just don't really have a stomach right now with everything that
You
I've
don't
seen.
have to use a spoon. You could use a fork.
Spoons is a place.
What?
A
I mean, I
town.
could fit on a spoon. What?
It's a town. The name of a town.
Humans
Spoons.
are weird.
Very. I completely agree.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Goop was confused about the name of Spoons, Washington being the name of a town. Thought we were talking about a literal spoon. So.
Oh, there's a place called Hell in Michigan.
Yeah.
I've never been to Hell,
I wouldn't want to go.
Michigan.
I think there's also a place called Hell in Texas as well, if I remember correctly.
I mean, all of
That
Texas
sounds
is hell,
accurate.
so.
That's also true. Anyway.
When Parker gets back, she's just
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's about that time. Breakfast is just wrapping up. People seem to be bracing themselves for the day. As other
Okay.
people come back from work.
As everybody's come back, I think I'll look at my little bracelet, sigh, take it off, and we'll split it into a couple of beads and thread off the ends.
Uh-huh.
And she hands a couple of beads each to each one of you. She'll keep the eye because it's mine.
Mhm.
But she'll
Yes.
she'll give some beads to each of you. It's like, just keep this on you.
What is this?
It's one of those amulets things that my mother always made me wear.
Like
Both
a
sides of my
protective
family's
sharp.
superstitious. Yeah, I guess it's the evil eye. She holds the original, the eye bead that she's keeping, but each of these beads are made of iron, salt, and a bunch of other things that are supposed to protect you.
Oh,
That's
All right.
could have used some salt. Blech.
put it in my pocket.
Yeah, it's baked in together for good luck. Just think we'll need all the luck we can get here.
And
Oh.
as you say that...
I
yes,
filled them
no.
in real quick.
Sure, yeah, you can fill them in.
Also, I point out Mean Lady and Traitor Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, thank you.
As you say, we're gonna need all the luck we can get. You guys are off to your work shifts. Dun, 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 dun. And so, thus, I pull up my work hazards chart of
God,
the
here we
Elder
go.
Things City. Dun. I require. Let's flip a coin. Do we do the manual labor first, or do we do team the device? Odds is manual labor, evens is device. Oh, we're going starting with the device, starting strong.
Let's go.
Parker and Irina. Parker, Irina, you get pulled down to the lava forges. You can see that there is a huge pile of volcano snail shells that need smelting. A lot of volcano shells that need to be smelted on down. And these volcano forges, it's really interesting. You see that they are almost like an old pizza oven. There's an old school type of forge that is very almost beehive shaped. And it's like a bunch of those units just set on top of a vein of specific lava. And you see there are two elder things who are observing the lava and adding certain chemicals, certain things to it, because lava itself is actually not hot enough to do most forge work. It does not get to thousands of degrees. It only gets to hundreds of degrees. So it seems they are adding things in to the forges specifically that will heat up that section of lava and get it to a workable temperature. Now, whether they do that successfully is part of our work hazards chart. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Lava is a fickle beast, and they succeed. So don't worry, you don't have to worry about lava bubbles in your forge today.
Yeah, I think I whispered to Parker, if I don't get burnt, my skin's gonna be so good after this.
I think Parker smacks his lips, parched a bit, being in I'm assuming it's really hot over here.
It's quite warm. It's not as hot as you would expect it to be.
Really?
I think that's just
Okay.
because down here it's pretty cold down here. So by the
Oh.
forges, it's And the fact that the lava vein is mostly covered to keep the heat in, it's actually not as hot as you would expect it to be. It's still hot, but it's not as sweltering that you would expect. You won't get sweaty until you start really working.
I know what you mean. I feel like my hair is singeing up because it's black. Ugh.
And I would like both of you. Irina, you're on smelting duty. So you're down to smelt some shells. Parker, you are on a different duty. It's your job. An elder thing shows you via a quick forehead boop of what your task is to be. Also, Irina, you get the instructions on how to work the lava forge. Boop, with a forehead tap as well. You know how to control some temperature flow. You know how to use the equipment. It's weird. It's just suddenly in your head, like you've been doing this for days. A little unsettling. Parker, your job is to take these thick wires. These are some thick gauge wires. Not quite like telephone pole gauge, but definitely not like your average radio gauge of wires. And you're supposed to coil them in a very specific way. Place it in a pile. You're given really short, they're like 1 and 2 foot sections and some tools to work with. So if I could have an electrical repair check from you and a mechanical repair check from Irina.
Ooh.
Irina Zhao, look at you.
Aw.
I'm using all my good rolls today.
No,
Don't let them
that's
throw me in the
good.
lava.
That's good. Yeah, they're not happy if both of you fail, but one of you succeeded incredibly well. Parker, this wire is real hard to work with. You're not used to these kinds of tools. They're not quite made. It looks like they were adapted for human use. Imagine if you had those crazy tentacles; they'd be a lot easier to use. But, and then Elder Thing is sitting there doing the same work with you, and like an eyeball is just constantly on you. Sometimes it swaps which eyeball it is, and it just seems a little exasperated that you aren't just learning this quicker, because they gave you the info, but nothing is said other than perhaps some weird body language. Irina, you smelt these shells beautifully. They are quite pleased. There is some excited tentacle wrigglings as your work is inspected, and you are given a little bit more info. Your job's going to be different tomorrow. You're not just going to be smelting. You're so good at this that they're going to take you to the next level of manufacturing. You're muted.
I remember the soapboxes that they had certain words. Is there anything to say gratitude or something similar to that?
If you remembered the dot matrix pattern, I know you guys talked about making flashcards. You could draw out in the sand gratitude.
Yeah, I will. I'll just
or
try
thankfulness, gratitude.
Yeah, thankfulness. Why not? Like one of those, and just and say nothing, because I can't talk to them.
Oh, they understand English. They just don't speak it. But they see that, and they both pause. They both stop. Again, that one eye never leaving Parker, but multiple eyes will look at you, Irina, in the sand. And they just stare at you for a little bit.
Yeah, she's like, did I do something wrong? Like, what?
They just seem surprised that you know this.
I guess it's like if a hamster starts talking in English.
Yes,
Or
it is.
English,
Well,
okay.
it's like if a grasshopper or like, an ant started speaking English, you'd be like, the fuck? How do you know this? So they're elder things. They don't have a lot of dead giveaway body language. There's definitely a little bit more buzzing in the air. Makes your hair stand up a little bit. And they will give you like a nod and then gesture to keep working. But you do get a little forehead boop with the next level, which is to smith parts into certain shapes. You've been upgraded from just smelting.
Cool. I'm trying to get to Uriah, so hopefully we'll get there eventually.
Yep. You know,
Get
he's
up
a
the tiers
pretty
to
good
Uriah.
craftsman, yeah, so.
Yeah. Okay.
So, alright. So your shift seems to be going pretty well so far. Let's check in on the other crew. Da-da-da-da-da. Manual labor group. You are in the largest group of people. There's a lot of you guys. Most of you guys are on manual labor. You were instructed to, Gabriel does the instructing here because he's been given the order. But today our focus is on these couple buildings over here. We're going to try to clear them full of the rubble. If you find anything weird, set it next to the cart. Don't put it in the cart. Alright. And by weird, I mean really weird, not just kind of weird. Okay. And
What qualifies as really weird here?
strange, really strange materials. Items that aren't broken rocks and stone.
I'm sure
Okay.
we can identify as we see, Teddy.
If you
Uh-huh.
have any questions, let me know. You know, it's your first day here.
All right.
And we're gonna roll on the manual labor workplace hazards. This one is just a bit more of a different chart because they don't have to. You just hope there's no cave-ins or rock sides, which there's not. Congratulations, your first day on rubble removal goes without much hazard. I do need both of you though to make me either strength or dexterity checks to move stuff.
I will do dexterity because that's better.
Okay.
Hard success.
Yeah, so basically like brute forcing it or like using like fulcrums and levers and trying to, because there's some like petrified wood down here that can be used as, you know, you see some people doing it. Both of you got hard successes. You both, without injuring yourselves, managed to move a bunch of rock. You actually are able to successfully clear out one of these buildings. Can you guys give me luck checks?
Are
Sure.
are we being watched? Are
Uh,
there other things?
Casually. There is an elder
Ooh.
thing.
Extreme success for Bobby.
Extreme success for Bobby May. Alright, cool. There is a couple other things. They're in the area, the vicinity. There is a dark shadow across the street in one of the buildings that you suspect might be a Shoggoth, but it's just sitting put. You assume it could be brought out if, you know, people got
Need be.
ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
Teddy's
What?
basically been grumbling under his voice this whole time about how this could be more efficient. They're not very good at their jobs of actually putting this shit together. They're supposed to be like these supreme overlord creatures, and they got us just pulling shit around with our hands and some basic pulleys. They can do better.
I mean, they could. If they were doing
What's
labor.
the point of that? Yeah.
A more efficient workforce is a stronger workforce.
Do they want their workforce strong, though? That is the question. Oh, Bobby May.
Heard
Yes.
vessel.
Vessel? It's not one of the elder things we wanted a vessel.
It's true.
You find something while you're working.
Okay.
This could be qualified as a something weird. You're in the plaza area of this area, and you find like a it's weird. You know Star Wars. You've seen Star Wars. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. This looks like something that comes out of Star Wars. It mixed with a camera, almost. You know those old school cameras with like the accordion frame and the aperture? You see something that looks kind of like that. Got tripod legs, but with like a little side handle, like a little water pump thing almost. The whole thing's only about this big. And you look at it, it doesn't look like a camera. There's nothing on the backside, nothing else to look into. There is a small shield-looking thing attached to like a tube that goes below. It's real strange looking. And and it's got a little disc attachment. It looks like it could be set down in a tripod formation and then swiveled and pointed somewhere. It looks surprisingly well intact with your extreme success. It is not broken.
Okay. Has anybody noticed that I've found this thing
With
yet?
your extreme success, no.
No. Okay. Teddy, do you have your backpack on you? Okay. Carrying over my extreme success, can I like maneuver this thing into Teddy's backpack?
You can, that will give you a bonus. You're still
okay.
gonna need to make me a dexterity or a sleight of hand or a stealth check.
Or sleight of hand or stealth. Okay.
Can I help with this in any way?
Yeah, you can give her, I'll give her another bonus, another plus. She'll have a plus
Okay.
20 total.
I will do dexterity because that is my best one.
Just to try to make it look like you're
Yep.
moving a rock, but you're really...
A rock, yeah.
Yep.
Teddy's just accidentally stepping in front.
Shit.
It's with the 20%, it's an 85. Would you like to spend 3 points of luck to
Yes.
make that a success?
I would.
Okay.
Absolutely. I will spend the 3.
Okay.
Uh,
It barely fits. In fact, it's part of what you're like, it's not fitting. It's not fitting. Like the little doohickey, like the handle on the side, and then you realize if you just
Have a
turn a specific way, you can just push it in and zip it up real
bunch
quick.
of shit in here. Like,
Yeah.
all right, fuck. All right.
Yeah. You spend the luck and you manage to you're like, oh wait, this turns this way, and then it fits in. You can zip it up real quick.
Yep.
It's close, and right as you zip it up, someone looks over at you. Find something?
No, I just dropped this. I just dropped this rock. I was just, a little clumsy this morning.
It goes back to moving something into a little sled to drag rocks away with. Congratulations, you found something weird.
Something weird. Yep. Okay.
On your shift, and Bob and May, you're getting pretty hungry by this time too.
Okay. I'll if there's like a minute where I can just like step to the side, I'm gonna pull out like my bar and just eat it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
How's Goop doing?
I'm not supposed to distract you much while you're working.
That's fair. Just checking in, seeing how you're doing.
Yeah. I'm
Seeing if
fine.
you're noticing anything. Okay, alright.
I mean, I won't tell anybody.
Yeah, I don't know what that. Do you know what that thing is?
That's pretty cool.
It is. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. We'll take a look at it later.
Okay.
And before you know it, it's lunch break for everyone. Lunch break being food is brought out to you all. It's a big bowl of mostly seaweed this time and snail soup for those working manual labor. And for those of you on the forges, it's like you see an elder thing bring up some snail, grill it in one of the lava forges, wrap it in seaweed, and present it to. You each get one full snail wrapped up in seaweed. Parker and Irina. The grilling definitely makes it a little better, but you could see why it would take forever because you have to grill it at actual iron smelting temperatures to get it a little char.
We definitely eats this time.
Yeah, again, weirdly, it's a lot. This seaweed one, it's a lot like miso soup, but a weirder textured tofu with the seaweed, heavy seaweed soup base. And while you're sitting there, those are the labor crew. You're sitting there, and lunch is just in front of the weird spiral tower. You're about 10 yards away from it. Everyone's kind of sitting on rocks or on the ground. And you see those carvings that Parker mentioned, the triangle people and the elder things. You see the sign for peace. And you also see a lot more dots and another weird language scrawled out simultaneously.
Can I pull out, while I'm eating, pull out the translation and see what I can read?
Give me a library use check.
Library use. Okay, it's a 50-50 shot here. Oh, extreme success.
You were able to translate most of what you see. Congratulations, you're doing good. The words that you can see. You're not quite a linguist, so you're able to write down new dot patterns, but you don't know what they mean. But you can write down their orders, and so maybe someone later can try to suss it out. But what you do get is embassy, peace, travel, to and fro, like to and from, travel to and from, earth, Yithian. Great race of Yithian. Great, also known as the Great Race of Yith.
Of Yith. Okay. I just kind of store that all away for the moment.
Yep. And then just jot it down and whoop, you're done.
Yep. Okay.
And Parker and Irina, y'all can get a real good look at the device. You're only probably about 50 yards from the device. It's a little further than the tower is from them, but it's the second tallest object in this city right now. Looks like a giant MRI machine. They're almost done with.
How close are we to completion, A? And B, are there any structural integrity weak spots, so to speak?
You are a little closer now.
Yes.
Give me a spot hidden or mechanical repair check or an electrical repair check. I then any of those three would work to get info on this thingamajigger.
Yay, I think.
Okay, Parker can also make one if he likes.
Sure thing. It's not Parker's day.
It's not Parker's day. Irina, mechanical repair. Mechanically, this thing looks pretty sound. What you're making right now are replacement pieces for things that seem to have fried in a prior failed test. However, you do notice, based on what things have failed and what you're currently building to replace, where the spot of failure currently lies. And it's an energy electrical issue. It seems that they are using geothermal power. You're using the volcano as an electrical source. And they're having a harder time regulating it than they thought they would, it would seem.
So we can definitely sabotage the volcano.
Yes, you could sabotage the connection to power source. So far, it seems to have either done not enough energy. The energy distribution has been too erratic. It's not been solid enough. You could overpower it completely, but they seem to have had limiters placed on it, so it hasn't completely fried the whole thing. Just certain areas that when power's uneven, get a little too hot or a little too cold. Yeah, you got some options.
We definitely have options. I think like Irina gives Parker like the look of, oh, it's on. Like we have, we have options. A bit of a smile on her face. Probably the first like proper one since he came down here. Very excited.
God, that's concerning.
And then you get into the second half of your workday. Just gonna check on the reduced hazards chart since you didn't have any hazards this morning. That would be a problem in the morning, but y'all already didn't have lava bubbles, so you're okay. And for the work crews, oh, not so great for the work crews, though. Okay.
Oh no.
We'll go to the lava forgers first. Can you give me more mechanical and electrical checks, please?
Yeah.
Cool. Ah, thanks.
How did we get 100? Oh.
Well, you didn't. Manual labor crew did. Parker, could you give me a mechanical or electrical repair check?
Oh, I was muted. Yes,
Oh.
I was like, for a second, I didn't hear electrical. Oh, goodness.
Okay. Yeah, you're getting a little. You feel like you're getting a little side eye from these elder things, but
Oh, how will I get him to fall in love with me if I keep messing up?
Gotta get the vessel men to fall with you. The great youth, apparently.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yep. But your day, because Irina again is still successful, they consider it an overall win. Irina, you make some parts. basic panel pieces. These seem to be mostly just super base, like make a piece of sheet metal now and bend it to these parameters. That's easy enough. It's mostly coverings for plates that are already, fixed. Little holes here, they'll throw it up and attach it later. But the work labor crew, y'all completely excavated one of the houses that you were focused on this morning. And now you're in the second one. I need both of y'all to make me dexterity. Actually, no, dodge checks. You need to make dodge checks as...
Dodge.
Yeah, the ceiling caves in.
Oh no. Hard success.
You both manage to dodge the big chunk of ceiling that just goes... I'm just gonna roll. One of your fellow worker compatriots is not so lucky, and they get pancaked right in front of you. For that, I need sanity checks, because it is one of those
that was coming.
sickening thud crunches.
This doesn't bother Bobby at all.
It doesn't. It's so weird.
Strange.
Sanity.
Oh!
There we go.
You both are okay.
Came from the hood, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Bobby just kind of looks at Teddy and is like, "Oh, I'm glad it wasn't us."
Literally, the same look is just like shared immediately. Like,
yeah.
Dodge that bullet.
Part of a foot and a hand sticking out, but the rest was. It's like if you've ever heard a tarantula go crunch. But times like 5. It is.
We can let somebody else clean up this part.
Squished
I think we should move somewhere else.
Yeah. And it was not you all. Yeah, that would have been real bad for you guys if you hadn't made that dodge check.
That would have been real bad for us. Oh, really?
Insta-death.
Thunk it.
Some broken bones. Dr. Hughes would have had her work cut out for her, is what I was saying. Maybe. And, but yeah, before you know it, your first workday is done. However, this place takes a toll physically and or mentally. I need each of you to subtract 1 from either your hit points or your sanity.
Oh, just question. I was still recovering from the shock encounter the first time. And I went to bed. I'm assuming
you would have gotten 2 hit points back because you hadn't been subjected to anything yet, and Dr. Bronwyn would have treated you.
Okay, almost back to full, but now I have to choose one from hit points or 1 from sanity.
1 from hit points or 1 from sanity.
Sanity, obviously.
Yeah, I got a lot more sanity than hit points.
Same.
That's most people's case. I said, well, that's y'all's case. It's getting pretty close for some of your fellow compatriots. Fellow workers. And before you know it, you get back to the Chum Guzzler as your work shift has ended. It was probably about a 12-hour day for you guys. With an hour for lunch, like an hour break. So 2 6-hour shifts, basically.
As soon as we are back in the Chum Guzzler, I'm like pulling the backpack off of Teddy and like getting my thing out away from prying. Like, is there like a back to the Chum Guzzler where I can like?
Yeah. There's you can go down below in the hold. Okay. There's a hole like a length sliced through, like in the stinky fish, but that's on the bottom. That's on the dirt, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can figure this thing out. That's what Bobby's gonna do.
Cool.
You guys find a cool rock or?
Cool something. Don't quite know what it is yet. Reminds me of a camera, but not quite. So I'm gonna go figure this out.
That looks like fun. Yeah, it's just like I think Irene just kind of flops.
Irene is gonna get Employee of the Month if we last that long.
We're not gonna last that long. I might as well be Employee of the Week at this point. Though I might as well be the worst employee because she kind of turns around. We have ways to destroy that thing.
Okay, that is a positive update. Yeah, because my update is we saw someone get a building basically fell on them.
Ooh.
From down below, you hear, I know what the triangle people are called.
What are they called?
The Yith.
The great race of Yith. They don't like it if you just call them Yith. They're
Oh, thank you.
Yithians, or the
Goop.
great race of Yith.
Goop says we have to call them either the Yithians or the great race of Yith because they get offended otherwise.
Oh,
Out of character, I keep confusing it with something I shouldn't. In character.
Yep.
Also, I think that tower can teleport us off of Earth.
Really? Escape
I don't
plan?
think we can survive.
I don't know if that's good though.
I mean, if
No,
it can
but
get
it's
us
a way
off,
out.
it could get
No.
maybe help from underneath.
But what if the way out is to their homelands?
But then we just suffocate and die anyway.
No, what if, you know what? No, I don't want to think about it.
I'll take a chance over certain death, honestly.
Then Parker becomes the vessel and we all live
I don't
fine.
know, man. There's some situations where I'd be like, you know what? Death is a better option.
Yeah, honestly. Though, speaking of death, she kind of will quickly illustrate the structural failures, i.e., for example, oh yeah, they draw source from the volcano, sometimes it's too hot, sometimes it's too cool, they have all these limiters we can sabotage, we have the entire connection we can sabotage the volcano! There's a lot of options.
You're so smart.
Oh, thanks.
Is this like a surefire thing? Or are we taking a risk? Like, how quick can we set up versus get the fuck out if there is a way to get the fuck out?
That's a good
I'm assuming we
question.
can't just like do something and leave it there until we're ready. So we gotta like time this.
Bobby May, make
as
me an
well-
intelligence check. Figure out what this is. An idea roll, if you will. Nice.
All of us
Success.
involved in this conversation, or
Bobby May's working with the thing she found earlier, so she had to.
it's just
yeah.
us then? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah, you can figure out how to use this thing. Both of you know.
do you want to know what it is, Bobby May?
Yeah, tell me, Goop.
It's a Yithian device.
All right, what does it do?
It's a lightning gun.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. Y'all, we got a lightning gun.
Wait, excuse me?
This is the lightning gun.
That was the thing that you stuck in my backpack?
Yes, sir, it was.
It's also really creepy when you start laughing out of nowhere. We still can't hear Goop, by the way.
Well, that sounds like a you problem, darling.
I think as
getting
like I hear
closer.
Bobby May laugh, there's like a bit of a giggle that comes over, and it's like, you know, Parker, you were asking about how we could do this. It's perfect timing.
You mean shoot the C4 with a lightning gun?
Well, I was thinking of shooting
Well.
the well, it's up to you, really. There's
I
a lot
mean,
of different places we can shoot it.
Would,
Choose
shoo-
the points at all the limiters, all the connections.
would that be enough to wreck?
You'd have
Or
to
just disable.
study it more. You'd have to study this lightning gun more to understand. Right now, Irina and Bobby May have figured out how to point it in the direction and shoot. You don't know how much ammo it has, if it needs ammo, what its range is. You're gonna have to. That's gonna take some study. But you
Also,
have
we
a
need
Yithian lightning gun.
That's so cool.
That is cool. We also need to destroy the thing. Like, if we just disable it, they can just fix it. Or
That's why we need to cause enough of a energy surge to get it to explode. That thing's metal.
Let's take another day or two to make sure we have this right, because I think we only get the one shot at this.
We definitely only have one shot at this.
Yeah,
But
and we
again,
still
this
don't
is
have
just
a way out. So there's that as well.
I didn't find any rituals about the bubble.
I think that tower. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to pull out my notes that I took.
Mm-hmm.
So, the great race of Yith, they're Yithians. It said Earth and Yith, like, traveled to. It's an embassy. So that's
Embassy.
probably why Boyles went there, is because you said he was a triangle person, Teddy. So, did you tell us that? I don't think you told us that. Never mind.
You can assume that Teddy did tell you that.
Okay. So, yeah, Yeah, I think that's a way out, but I don't think it's a good way out. I think that should be a last choice way kind of out.
Think, Parker, you can convince them to give you access to the submarine.
Well, I saw how useless I was with the wires. I'm not sure that really inspires. Well, no, I did flip through the submarine manual before coming
You
here.
did.
So I
You
do
flipped
have
through.
at least some tertiary information about the submarine and how it works. Maybe they weren't exactly thrilled with me though, Irina. I wouldn't be surprised if they knocked me down to manual labor duty if I screw up again tomorrow.
Well, why don't you just convince them that your hands are better suited for the submarine and for studying it? Because that stuff that you were working with didn't look like it was made for human hands.
I don't think things like that take suggestions from things like us very well.
Yeah.
They are, I wouldn't say weak, but susceptible to flattery and grand worship. So maybe I can use that.
Yeah, maybe we can. I mean, she just like.
Do you still have
Once
those
that's
flashcards?
Yeah, I mean, here.
Wait. You're telling me these things are suckers for like compliments?
Yeah.
And they do not take sarcasm well. So
Vain motherfuckers. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know when dinner gets called, but we should look for the scab lady, and make sure. Oh, just let's see what she has in stock. If she's been scrounging all over the place, she might have found something useful too. Who knows? Maybe
Like
we'll find a second lightning gun.
Like another lightning gun.
Yeah. Hey, dual wield, Bobby May.
Yeah. Double fist it.
Yeah. Rattle 'em, boys.
We'll go Old
Right.
West out here.
Speaking of these different little tools and stuff, how's your romance going?
Haven't seen him. I made the love doll thing. Done some
Yeah.
of it. It really,
Yeah,
I
just-
think it only really kicks in if we meet again. So if they just leave, then I guess it was for nothing.
Dead eye contact with Teddy. Yeah, how's the romance going?
Teddy just completely ignores this.
Like,
Just kind of like, what, Bobby? What?
what?
Mm-hmm. It's
Like,
fine.
I'm not into this guy.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
I bet
isn't
you
that
are.
why you offered to be a vessel and did the love potion thing?
Yeah, vessels just want something to fill them up.
Mm-hmm.
No. Just usually there's a hierarchy. Someone is trusted to watch over everyone else, and I thought if I could like get elevated a little bit, I might have enough wiggle room.
So there's words for that. There's tops and bottoms.
Yeah, I like if I could be a top, I think I could like help
Sure.
my bottom. I can help the bottoms get to where they need to be. You know, cover for them, make sure they're well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So service, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Hey now. No, none. Oh, God.
You're just putting it together? It took you long enough.
I mean, just kind of like looks up, was like, what? You know, well, you guys were talking about servicing? I have an idea. Or just a
I'm
thought.
sure you do, darling.
Go on.
I don't
Well-
know. This is good. This can't go
Teddy can
anywhere
help
good.
with that idea.
Can you? She just smiled, like, well, I'll give you my idea first, and maybe you can see what we can add to this. But
Please.
I was thinking perhaps when they said they called him a vessel, right? And again, this is probably another crazy idea, but what if it? We talked about projecting holograms and the stuff across space. What if that weird Great Yith thing projects themselves onto human bodies?
You mean like they're possessing them from afar?
Something like that, yeah. So they would literally insert their whatever they are into you, mentally, psychically, whatever it is. And they would use your body as a vessel.
Right. I thought we were all under that impression that that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is
but
they,
it's a
they're
psychic
going
thing.
to be physically in you.
Maybe not physically, I think psychically.
Well,
Well, it'll be more of
You
like
know
a
what?
spiritual, mental thing.
Next time I see him, I'll
I
ask.
think that's wishful thinking, darling.
I mean, I'm actually with Irina on this. Like, I don't know. And well, the Shoggoths, I could see how they could fit in someone because, but like the other things, I do feel like they have to get into your mind and fuck you up. Basically, puppeteer you. Because, I mean, since we've been here, we've figured out how to do shit that we don't know how to do. And I definitely felt like I've heard things talk to me that have not actually talked.
So it's
Yeah, but
like
those are the elder things. I don't know. I don't think
Who
the
says
Yith are
that they're the
same.
only ones?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm taking
I just want to
a
use my lightning gun.
Do you know
yes,
how to
you
shoot
need
that
to be
thing? Does
very
it-
careful.
Does it
With,
I'm
work?
gonna find out.
Does it need,
does
like, power or
Goop know
something?
how to use the lightning gun?
That's an excellent question, Goop. Do you know how to use the lightning gun?
I don't have hands.
Oh,
Well,
I
Goop
assume
doesn't
that
have
Goop
hands.
can't actually use the lightning gun, but has Goop seen the lightning gun in action? Thus can explain to you how the lightning gun works.
I have like a vague recollection. You gotta have like it has like a what's the word for it? Charges?
Charges, ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you use some of that, and the more ammo you use, the more it might blow up.
Oh, that's important. Wait, I can't hear Goop. What's Goop saying?
Goop is
You'll get
Bobby's
there.
face looks interested. Goop is saying that the more ammo we use, the more likely it is to blow up.
But the
And we
more
don't.
lightning it shoots out.
But on the other side of that is the more ammo we use, the more lightning it shoots out. So
What
it's
is
a
the ammo
catch-22.
for this thing?
We don't have any apparently.
Cool.
Maybe you'll find it in where the gun was.
That's my thought. Is
Yeah, we
found the
cleared
gun.
that building though.
Yeah, but it could be in the area. Also, I got real
Or-
fucking lucky finding that thing and being able to stash
Sure
it.
did.
Real fucking lucky. So I don't know if I'll be able to do it a second time. But
Maybe
I had
this-
no idea what you were stashing, I'll be honest with you.
and neither did I. I just saw a thing that wasn't a thing that I'm normally familiar with, so I took it. And I don't
Bobby,
think I want them to have it. Yes.
Bobby, why don't we go talk with the scavenger with Goop? Because if there's anything weird that they've picked up, Goop might
No.
be able to recognize it.
Absolutely, I agree. But I
Some
do not
afternoon
want
shopping.
I do not want anyone knowing that we have this thing. I feel like that is a recipe for disaster until we are ready to go.
Yeah, we'll keep it here in the...
I'm gonna stash it. I want to hide it in our boat.
The chum guzzler?
Like,
Sure. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could stash it probably in the below decks.
Yeah.
Behind some fishing nets and stuff.
I'm so worried
Yeah.
to say the name out loud and mess up.
I've said worse.
Just say chum guzzler 6 times fast.
Chum guzzler.
Brings me joy. So yeah, you're able to stash the lightning gun and head above decks. Looks like a lot of people are kind of winding down. It looks like dinner is going to be soonish as people are starting to kind of get outside and loiter a bit, have conversations with each other. Not a lot of conversing, but some conversing. You see there's a group of 4 people that are playing some weird game with dice and paper. Have any of you played Dungeons and Dragons before? Yes,
No.
Arena. Okay, you recognize they're playing D&D to try to keep their sanity. Got dice and some character sheets and some paper.
Yeah, that looks like fun. I think Irene just kind of like looks at it almost fondly. It's like, my brother is a nerd. He'd like to play that with me. D&D. You know, this does sound like something out of one of those campaigns, except with a lot less power.
Isn't that like the satanic devil worship shit?
Not really. You just kind of go on an adventure, kick some butt, and go home.
Is it like chess? I know how to play chess.
No, it's more like you pretend to be somebody who's, better than you. You go into, some cool, wacky adventure. Sometimes you save the world. Sometimes you accidentally doom it to eternal death. And then you go home.
Oh, like a play.
Kind of, yeah, but you act it out yourself. The dice tell the
Hmm.
story.
That
Wait,
sounds boring.
I guess so, but
Anyway, scavenger.
Yep, you see the peer pressure. It's like a kind of like a it looks a lot like a pawn shop to you, Parker, at this point in time. It almost looks like a home away from home. She's got things hung up. She's got things behind, like they're like in crab traps and stuff, so people can't just walk away with them. It's a very hodgepodge type of pawn shop, but you see she's sitting there, actually smoking a cigarette. You're guessing that's probably something she got traded for. You see she's got her like feet kicked up on something. She's probably like an old buoy, just sitting in a fold-out chair. You must be new here. This is the peer pressure. I'm Andrea Johnson. Guess former owner or co-owner of the Decked Out. What do you want?
First, where we can find some stuff.
Yeah, this is a store where you just basically think of it as like a barter shop. I got things, people want things. I want things, I need things. Other people need things. You got something to trade, you get something else.
I think Bobby is under the assumption that this woman will probably be able to hear Goop.
You get the feeling that a lot of people here would be able to hear Goop.
Yeah, so I just kind of want to like see if Goop can gesture to anything or just kind of subtly point out anything that might be eldritch in nature or elder in nature.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna take Goop around and like are you good? Like how are you?
Oh, subtly.
showing this
I'm
off?
subtly.
Are you like trench coating Goop? Like Goop, look over here. Do you see? like how are you like taking the bottle around and just being like,
what are you buying?
yeah, like how are you showing Goop around the store out of curiosity?
I think I've got Goop in like because I'm wearing a jacket, right? So
Yes.
Goop is kind of like in my pocket, just kind of half
so you
hanging out.
so you are like trench coating it?
No, outside pocket.
On the outside pocket, okay.
Yeah. He's just kind of half hanging out, just.
And I think in that case, then let's give her a check. Oh shit. Okay. What's that weird thing you got? Yeah, what kind of weird abomination? Don't tell me you picked up some Shoggoth eyeballs and threw them in a jar or something. Fucked up.
No, actually, we brought this one with us. This is
One with you.
yeah, it's definitely strange. Not what I was expecting to
Can I
bring.
say hi?
All right, fine, darling.
Hi! The fuck is that? Why does it sound like a small child? That is okay.
This is Goop. Goop is a friend.
Sure.
Goop is supposedly a sounds like a small child. I don't actually know. Goop is very old, at least 50.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Weird. We don't do children's discounts here, just so you know. Just so you're aware.
Oh, that's fine.
Or senior discounts. That's the old professor already asked. Take a look around. You want something? Let me know what you gotta trade for it.
So in that case, then I'm just gonna take Goop around. No stealthiness since she saw and ran away. So
Yeah.
Anything of note?
She's got eagle eyes on her. You can tell. She is a sharp tack. Sharp as a tack. Yes, you look around. There's a lot of mundane things, like you see like a personal hygiene kit. It's got the nail clippers, the tweezers. It's got, it's a lot of stuff that people would trade for other things. Some basic tools. There's a couple comfort items. Like there's a pillow that looks actually pretty clean in like one of the crab traps in the back. There's a section of more luxury goods like shampoo and conditioner and like little things that would be considered not luxury goods up top, but definitely luxury goods down here. And give me a perception check, Bob and May and Parker. Anyone else who's there if you're looking around for interesting things?
Sure.
Spot hidden?
Spot hiddens.
Always looking for
Okay.
interesting things, especially in weird freaking places.
Nice,
Hard
nice.
success.
Yep.
Hey, this whole situation's weird. Parker, you see a
Yeah.
couple things that might be useful, but it's generally already stuff you already kind of have because you guys packed really well with your backpacks. Bob and Bay and Irina, you two see, there is, you two notice that there is, much like all the other ships, a below decks section, which is, got a light on downstairs, but it's roped off with like one of those little fancy, one of those like movie theater stands with the velvet rope in between it. I don't know where she got one of those down here, but she has one in front of it. And it looks like there's more stuff down there. It's hard to tell because it gets very dim down there. But you see that that's the black market section of this weird pawn shop.
I think I just nudge Parker and like, because I'm not the talker. Like, come on, talky person.
What?
I see that you've got a light on downstairs. Anything?
Yeah, got one on upstairs too. But
I like this character.
yeah, that's for VIP customers only.
What do you have to do to be VIP?
What you got? Trade.
Hmm.
Oh, I know. I just pull out my bottle of Advil.
Not bad. Not bad. Advil, though. You got anything stronger?
I glance at Parker.
He will raise an eyebrow and hold up a pack of batteries, which can turn a lot of this junk into something that works.
Yes. That's pretty useful. Alright. Give me a persuade or charm or fast talk check to get these batteries.
Fast talk seems like the way to go here.
Ooh.
Yes.
Alright, that's pretty useful. Congratulations, you're all now VIPs. Go downstairs. Don't touch anything before you do. If you're interested in getting something down there, holler up for me. I'll come on down.
I raise up my
All
hand,
right.
showing I'm not carrying anything weird that I can like hide shit and stick out.
Advil back, like, yay, I get to keep it.
Teddy just looks at her like, if I wanted to take your shit, I'd beat you up and take your shit. I'm not really that interested in that.
She has a look of like, you could try.
I like this woman.
Is she Russian?
She's not Russian.
I think as like we're heading
Oh, it'd have been a
down.
different conversation about what Teddy could trade then.
Hey!
Hey, the horny episode.
Apparently. I was like, "You're like going
I'm
this."
one of like the 6 women and 300 men. I am not lacking for opportunity.
Not lacking.
Yeah, I think I was just like, I think this is really ironic that it's here where I don't need to rely on Bobby May and Teddy as much. Isn't it odd, Parker?
Are you telling me you're comfortable here?
No, it's just that we don't have to wait for Teddy or Bobby to translate for us.
Yeah, there's
Oh, yeah,
It's kind of
have heard a
nice
lot of
not to be needed a
Spanish?
lot.
but not with these people. These seem to be the fellow foreigners like you all.
Yeah.
You oinked all the tourists.
They did doing a lot of
Joined
tourists.
all the tourists.
Yeah.
Mm.
Tourists
Nobody
and
notices
fishermen.
when they go missing.
They care a lot less. Yep, and you go downstairs. There is one, like, flickery light bulb, that is going. And you see that there is some more good stuff down here. You see there is, some cocaine, in like a little section. This has more like, more locked boxes, but like a little sample of what's in the locked box beneath it. Like a lot of like old toolboxes, but they all have locks. You did notice she had a key ring on her necklace. That's probably what all these are for. But there's like a note as to what's in each thing, or a picture, or a little like, plastic opening in the top. So yeah, one is cocaine. There is another one that is also batteries. There's a battery box. There is one labeled guns and ammunition.
Oh,
There is.
so
Yes.
sorry. Keep going.
Oh no, please, if you.
I just remembered. I did take an antipsychotic before I went to bed. Did that have any bearing on me losing sanity or not?
Nope.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Not with the daily toll that this place extracts. Might help you with other sanity things, but not with the daily toll, because it could be from either. It's just, it takes a physical or a mental toll on you. Sometimes
Gotcha,
both,
gotcha.
depending on how bad the day is. But what else is down here? Let's see. We've got the weapons stash. You've got batteries. You've got cocaine. There is another one labeled medicine, but it doesn't seem to be like super important medicines. It doesn't seem like a first aid kit. It seems like more like maybe people died and had certain prescription medicines that they didn't need anymore. You see like one's for blood pressure, one's for it's not like anything super exciting. And then there's one with a big question mark over it, and that's one of the ones that's got like a see-through tray, and it seems to be stuff that has been smuggled out from the city above. That people, if they find something weird and they didn't turn it in and manage to successfully sneak it away, it seems that goes into the special section down here.
And what is the special section?
That's a great question. Let's see if you'll get lucky. I'm gonna roll something. Okay. You see there are a few little squares of something. Like little metal squares. You're not quite sure what they are, but they've got intricate little lines carved throughout them. Almost like a circuit board. But not quite. Again, it's all too Art Nouveau rather than Art Deco, if that makes sense. Like if circuitry was Art Nouveau instead of Art Deco. It's very curvy, but it looks kind of almost like circuits. You see there's two of those little squares. You also see there is a stone with some weird like carvings on it. You would think it's weird carvings. You all know it's the dot language that the elder things speak. There's like a couple very thin, almost looks like glass or slate tablets with that language on it.
Give Bobby a look like cipher paper?
Yeah, Bobby will pull that out.
Okay. So you pull it out. Give me a libraries check.
Okay. Can Irina assist me?
Yeah.
Yes, Irina can give you a +10.
Oh!
Ooh!
Extreme success.
An extreme success. So this is Elder Documents. Again, you don't know the entire language, so you get certain words. But it seems to be discussing, it seems to be kind of a layout of the old map of the city. Like, you can see that it's several sheaths, almost like if this was paper, but very thin, peculiar material tablets. You can only translate the first page because they're on top of each other, but it seems to be discussing like someone who would have recorded history, like a historian's recollection of areas of the city. So you'd be like residential, you get words like residential area, war area, this area, and it seems to have references. You see different numbers to maybe pages in this compendium. So it could be some useful information on there, depicts certain areas, kind of like a chronological, what is the word? A chronicler. Like a chronicler of the city was writing some stuff down at some point about where things were, daily life, that kind of thing. There appears to be a few of these pages in there. And you can kind of see, because again, they're ever so slightly transparent. You can see below it, the one below it has like the layout of the city. But when it was in its prime, not as it is now.
As opposed to now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that would be a bad thing to have, y'all.
Yeah?
We only got so much stuff with us, so I mean, hopefully we can get everything we want.
What do you think she'd trade it for?
How much use to
I have no idea. She liked the batteries.
Batteries have a very clear intrinsic value to them in a situation like this. What else do we have that matches that sort of value.
I mean, I buy other drugs.
I got a few things.
Back.
I mean, I have a gun and I have flares.
Well, they have weapons here. And he points to the box that says weapon or gun and ammo.
Might
Yeah,
more ammo,
just-
Teddy, for your gun.
Well, seeing that it's not very effective against Shoggoths, I don't know how much of a gun is, like how much help a gun's gonna be. Unless we start shooting people, and I don't really want to be in that situation.
Oh, this might actually have some value here. And he pulls out his deck of playing cards.
That's true. Entertainment does
The
become more.
Yith, though, I don't know. Maybe a gun will shoot a Yith. It has a different sort of body shape.
And he seemed pretty normally fleshy. You did punch him.
But did he?
I don't know
He
if
did
that
seem too
guy's
concerned, did he?
actually a Yith or just a vessel ?
Probably just his vessel. Like, I'm probably possessed. The Yith himself is probably what? Stars away. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like, what if we actually could shoot a Yith? I don't know. But I'm going to keep that one in my back pocket. Literally and figuratively.
Wait, does Goop know anything about the Yith?
What does Parker want to know about this?
Parker, what specifically are you asking?
Like, Irina had a good question. Is it like a physical possession or like an astral projection sort of?
I don't know
possession?
the details. I just know that they're pretty powerful in the big picture.
Yeah, it doesn't have any specifics, unfortunately.
They don't like the flying polyps. Not many people do.
The what? The flying.
Flying polyps. You don't want to meet those guys. They're real
Polyps.
mean.
Flying pop. Did you say
Yeah,
polyps? Flying.
Polyps. Yeah, I don't know.
They caused war with the Elder Things and the Yithians like a really long time ago.
Huh.
And they're not very nice.
Apparently, they're not very nice, and they're kind of bit of warmongers. Sounds
Yeah.
like.
Noted. I guess we have our own problems. Don't need to go dive into other people's.
So
Right.
I've had once upon a yesterday a polyp in my ear canal, and I'm just picturing that
That's
fly.
but flying.
I hate that for everyone.
Hmm.
I hold Irina's bead a little tighter in my pocket.
We shouldn't
Uh,
run into it. I don't think there's any left on Earth.
Just
I mean, I
Goop
don't
recognize any of the
know.
weird stuff.
But that's some Elder Thing like papers. That's looks Yithian. The boxes.
Yeah, just recognize the compendium as well as I guess those boxes are Yithian, which I mean they could be for the lightning gun.
Might be
Let's
worth
have
a
a look
shot.
at those boxes then.
They're locked. We would have to.
Ask her to have a look.
Does she have the key or does she just have the boxes?
She had a key around her neck.
Should have key ring.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought they were like Yithian made boxes with like a weird
Yeah.
lock on them.
No. They're like little boxes inside of a box. Did you call it for Andrea? Andrea?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. You hear, hold on 1 second. I got him trading for some. You hear like some murmured upstairs. There you go. All right. You hear like a tunk as she puts out a wooden sign upstairs that says "Be right back," and then the clink of the velvet rope pole being moved, and then she clocks downstairs. You notice she's wearing like heeled boots right now. Comes down. She goes, "All right, yep. What you interested in?
What's in those boxes?
Those?
Mhm.
Well, they're labeled. Oh, you mean like those little square things? I don't know. I couldn't open them up. Seemed fancy though. Also, is any of you named Parker? Any of yous?
Raise a hand.
Yeah, there's some guy upstairs wanting to talk to you.
Got a name for the guy or?
Oh, he was real boring looking. What's his Boyles? Kenneth Boyles, that was it.
Kenneth Boyles. Is that the manager guy?
That's the manager.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the youth man.
Oh, the guy that I kicked the shit out of.
It is a horny episode.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So before you go and speak with your would-be
I
lover,
told them I could ask and you'd wait. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
possibly, we're interested in that box.
This whole
in those-
box,
The 3 atoms, yeah.
the 3 items in there. All right. What you got to trade?
Was the batteries the price to get in down here, or do I still have them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Price becoming VIPs, but you figure it's a one-time cost, and you are now able to come down here whenever you want to look for barter for item stuff.
Like, it seems that they're interested in making sure everyone's healthy and has the needs. We got people treating us if we get hurt. So it looks like the only thing that's of real value and is kind of a need is entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up a deck of playing cards.
Ah, yes. Playing cards. There, you know. Not everyone had the pack of playing cards on them. That's true. Playing cards and luxury goods, they're going quite the demand lately.
What about that hallucinogenic tea?
Sorry,
Oh,
what?
the ayahuasca.
Yeah, she's positive.
Do you have a little little thermos bottle of it?
Yeah, she's like, I kept it.
All
You
right,
gotta-
you tried to get the tentacle drunk on
You-
ayahuasca.
You've got
I
to.
forgot about that. I can't believe I
enjoyed
forgot.
it. Dunked itself in the ayahuasca.
So you
heard it
tell
here,
me,
folks. Shoggoth's like getting high.
You don't know what effect it has on them. So you tell me you've got a water bottle full of ayahuasca in there.
Yeah. You can smell it.
Yes, please.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that's the real stuff. Okay. All right.
How do you know that by sniffing it?
She's a well-traveled lady.
Look, before my husband passed, rest his soul, rest in pieces. He and I traveled the world on our yacht, the Decked Out. It was very exciting. We had lots of new experiences. We did the whole ayahuasca retreat thing in
Pretty fun.
Brazil. It was a very enlightening experience, you could say. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would recognize it again. That smelled like some good stuff. All right, ayahuasca and some playing cards for the 2 mystery boxes and the weird stone tablets. Someone give me a persuasion, a charm, or a persuasion or charm, or fast talk.
Parker, please.
I'll do charm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Let's turn it around.
You know what? I was gonna say 1 per item, but if that's a full bottle of ayahuasca. I'll take the cards and the ayahuasca for all 3.
Yeah, and it was made by rave people, so you know it's good.
Oh, that is
DJ
the good
Yuka
shit.
Mama.
Yeah.
You know, I heard about that tour. I'm not really a hippie though, so if I know they were giving out ayahuasca at the tour, I'd have gone. I just was
Yeah.
like, oh, save the whales. I mean, fuck them, whatever. But
No, it was part of getting into the concert is we had to take a cup of the ayahuasca.
shit. Oh well,
Makes
can't
raves
revise
much
it now.
better.
All right, she'll take the water bottle, the cards. She'll take out a key, look at the box, swap to a different one, and then unlock it.
While
Open it up.
she's getting them set up, I'm going to go talk to Kenneth, and with the
Sure.
intention of walking away with him, so he's not standing right there when we come
right
out
there when you guys come
contraband.
back up. I would love that. Give me a power check, please. This is because you lit your spell candle. We gotta see if
Oh yeah.
if he's affected.
Is there any possible help
Oh.
with that? I was gonna say
You could
before-
spend the luck.
I
Could
could.
spend the luck.
I
You can
don't
also
have
wait for
much
me to
luck
roll
left.
if you want to see
Oh,
what
that
he
too.
does. Ba, 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 ba. That is a failure for him as well.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Um,
Bullshit.
So
You can
wait,
push it. You need to get a 40 or less.
Or spend the luck and you just get rid of 8 luck.
last time I pushed it really, and you know what? This is good. This is a weird ass saying. I'll spend the luck.
Okay.
Do it. Romance the yes man.
All right, I'm down to 23 luck.
All right.
Romance the youth man.
Okay.
Before I go out, I take a few deep breaths. It's been a while since I've done this. Mess up my hair a little bit.
You've gained 20 appearance in this person's eyes. Also,
Teddy is cracking up.
you get bonus to all charm, fast talk, and persuade rolls when interacting with the target. Also, he has to lose 1d4 sanity points because you won the power check. So, yep.
You're literally breaking this person's brain by flirting with them.
Hey, I heard you were looking for me.
Yeah, yes. Hi, hello.
Hey, good to see you again.
Got a very confused look on his face. He's like, yes, it's been some time. I wanted to talk with you about, can we talk alone, in private?
Sure, let's walk and talk.
Yes, that sounds great.
Am I okay just to... I don't know the areas too well. Am I just okay to walk with you places? Like,
as long as you're walking with me, yeah, you will be fine. You'll be
Well, why don't we take
fine.
why don't we take the long way then? And I'm going to try to swing by the spiral tower that
Sure.
Gabriel talked about.
You are more than welcome to try to swing by that area. It's the tallest thing in the dome, almost reaching the peak, so you can't not navigate towards it. It'd be very difficult to not make your way there. And so by the time Irina, Bobby May, and Teddy get the supplies, she unlocks it, she hands you each the stuff. Takes a sip of the ayahuasca and goes, oh yeah, it's gonna be the good stuff, and screws it on and puts it very carefully, like, into a deep cargo pants pocket. She ushers you back out. Parker, you see him just walking away in the distance with Kenneth.
Yeah, I just
They
kind of
seem
like...
to be having a very pleasant conversation.
Should we be concerned about that?
I mean, he's romancing a youth. Parker did say he wanted to find love.
Speaking of love dealing business with ya. Come back anytime. During business
Thanks.
hours, of course.
Of course.
Of course, thank you.
And she flips over the wooden block and it says open instead of, closed or be right back. It's just one 2x4 or like 4x4 that's been carved into certain sides.
Yeah.
Painted over, yeah.
Bobby is gonna just put a hand on both Teddy and Irina's shoulders and be like, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. I am gonna go. And then just kind of give him like a little shove together and then walk away.
Power walk away.
Yep. And I'm just giving Teddy a look. Like,
And we'll leave that there for that moment, and we'll follow Parker, and we'll get back to that awkwardness. Parker, you're walking along with Kenneth towards the tower. It's like, yes, so you were interested in becoming a vessel, if I remember correctly.
Well, I'm a curious guy. I'd like to know more about things that I lack in information. I like to be informed.
And that is what makes you such a great candidate. And again, he's saying these things like almost with a pained, like, this is awkward but genuineness to it. Like, he's not expecting to be this genuine with you or interested in you, but here he is. He's like, yes, and that's what makes you a perfect candidate. Vessel's curiosity is practically a prerequisite. Knowledge, seek of information. How do you feel about time?
Wish I had more of it.
That's great. Yep. Uh-huh. Come with me. Yes, I'm going to show you, let me take you to the embassy. That'll be easier. We can talk a little easier there. I'll make us some food? Tea? Do you like tea? I have
tea.
alcohol. Which would you prefer?
I'll take both.
All right. We have tea. We'll have tea and wine. I have a nice vintage stored away. Oh, it should be, I don't know, maybe it's gone rancid by now. I don't know how old it is.
I would also like to, if there's an elder things area, right? Is that like on the way to the embassy?
You see, there are elder things kind of milling through, checking out after the work since the shifts haven't changed quite yet. They're about to change. Checking over the work that was done today. You see
I
one
would
of-
like to be seen with Kenneth by the help
That
of
is
things.
that is easily able to do. You see, the talking is overheard, and they turn, and then they see Kenneth, and then they turn back and do what they were doing. A couple eyes are still on the two of you, but they, for the most part, leave you be as long as you're with Kenneth.
Yes. Yeah, I want to associate with the untouchability if I can.
Certainly. And he walks you to the large stone doors. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to. I have Yithian music. There we go.
Oh,
He takes you, opens to the large stone doors, places a hand on that, and you see like a little purplish pulse go out, and the doors, smooth as silk, just slide into the walls and open in front of you.
whoa.
Please, this way.
How does that even work?
Advanced technology. Humans haven't figured it out yet.
You're telling me.
Yes, and he like gestures behind him, and the doors. It's like not straight to the side. It's like a weird kind of like curved in slightly. Close behind you. Inside, it is rather pleasant. It's perfectly pleasant temperature. It is well lit with a calming, kind of bluish white light for the most part. You see certain rooms have different illuminated colors. Like there's one that's slightly reddish orange, one that's yellow, one that's just a pure white. And up the whole spiral is a ramp that curves around, and you see dozens and dozens of little alcove rooms. None of them have doors that are currently closed. You suspect that they have similar openings to the front door, but they're all currently open. He'll take you up the ramp a little bit to the first door, where you see almost like a little human kitchen set up. He will, but again, it's not quite like a regular human kitchen. The stove, it's one of those, induction burners type things, so you don't really see those around a lot in the 80s as much. But it's just like a flat surface, and he puts a kettle on, and it will start heating up, and it heats. You hear the whistle very soon. And he pulls out the cabinet, and he goes, "See what's not expired." There we go. And he pulls out some stuff, and he'll start making tea. Looks to be like a normal black tea. Very dry. It seems to almost rehydrate as he steeps it. It'll sit in front of you, and it'll pull open what looks to be like a cooler or a fridge, but it slides open from the front of the cabinets would be, rather than like opening like your normal freezer would. And inside it is, you see like frost coming out, and he pulls out a bottle of wine. Oh yes, this is actually still good. Good, wonderful. And he sets it on a different part of that weird flat stove, and it instantly unthaws. He'll take 2 glasses out of the cabinet, but they're a little oddly shaped. The glasswork in here is almost more Renaissance in style. You're a pawn shop owner. You've seen some antiquities. These seem to be very antique. Crystal.
Yeah, between the antiques and the technology, Parker is legitimately impressed.
It's a weird mishmash. And he'll pour 2 glasses of wine and 2 cups of tea, and pull out a packet of biscuits. You saw these cookies on the That's What C Said. So he's pulled off some for himself, which makes sense. He's human?
Question mark?
They'll set them on a nice, very intricately designed silver tray. Set it down and say, "Yes, so, this conversation, of course, is strictly confidential.
Right, we're in an embassy, so you're a diplomat then?
Other sorts, yes.
An envoy?
I suppose diplomat works. The great race of Yith tends to it likes to keep an eye on things, goings on, historical events, happenings, any fluctuations and things that might happen. And let's just say there was an interesting fluctuation about 50 years ago that had a different turn than we anticipated, and so some people have been sent out to monitor, but it is about time that I head back since I have gathered all the information that I need, time being. My contract with this vessel is almost finished.
Contract. So it's only a temporary arrangement.
Yes, we love willing vessels.
Is this vessel conscious? Are they along for the ride?
So, what happens is a vessel is selected, willing participants, think of it as I think the term would be foreign exchange students, or a cultural exchange. The bodies are left where they are, but the minds exchange places.
God damn it, Irina was right. Again.
So my current, the current vessel I inhabit is inhabiting my body, or vessel, as you could call it, back home, where they are learning all about the culture and get browsing the libraries of the great race of Yith. Yes, I suppose humans would call us a bit of time travelers, as we are able to project ourselves forwards and backwards in what you would call a timeline, through this mind exchange.
Fascinating.
This is how we predict certain events and ensure the survival of our race.
So you're technically from the past, then?
Future, past, who's to say?
Sorry, I'm thinking very human still.
Yes.
It's a lot to wrap my head around.
It can't, and he puts a hand on your hand and goes, it can't be.
I give him very appreciating eyes for being so understanding.
And I think there's like a weird look that crosses his face, because now you realize this is an alien mind inside a human body, and you cast a love spell on them. There's probably some weird conflicting things going on in there.
So, I guess... So, okay, so when I thought you were talking about organization, I thought you meant like the guys upstairs, like on the island. You don't know anything about that?
On the island, which there's so many people. We are technically the lowest humans in the world right now, as far as above sea level. Very much below.
The lowest humans above sea level?
Well, we are below sea level. Most humans are above sea level.
Oh,
so,
right.
Everyone is on islands above, technically.
The mainland, where we came from.
Ushuaia, Argentina.
I believe so, right?
Yeah, that's the city already. Yeah.
Yes.
Which group, organization? There's so many human organizations.
I guess I never was formally introduced. We just kind of met off chance, remembered being almost stabbed.
Oh, was it there was a little cult running around, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, no affiliation with them. They worship the Elder Things.
And the
a lot
other
of
things
them are descendants of the original inhabitants of the area, the Selknam, Yagan, etc. So they have, being the original inhabitants, I believe some of them were receiving premonitions or dreams of the Elder Things' return, and thus, decided to be humans and do their own thing to assist. I'm not really sure what their goal was.
Yeah, because I thought if you have like if they were on your side, you got a pretty massive workforce, it seems, up above.
No. The Elder Things and the Great Race of Yith, we are at peace for now. Have been for several millennia, but, things change over time. They'll change their minds at some point. I'm not at liberty to discuss when.
Right. Though, we are confidential in here.
Yes, but you are still human.
Fair is fair.
Yes.
So,
I have
being a
diplomatic
vessel-
immunity here, and
Well,
which, if you become a vessel, you would as well. Your body as well.
right.
Yes. Both here and your mind is also diplomatic immunity. Unless you try to murder. If you are in my body and try to murder someone, you will be restrained. No harm dealt to you, of course, but you limited in what you are able to.
Yeah, can't go around killing people.
It's quite rude, yes.
But it seems your body is human, but you seem to be more? Because that one guy was just wailing on you on the ship.
Ah, yes, I know some spells of protection. It helps.
Spells?
Yes, magic. Oh, we've not figured that one out yet. Yes, we are in a magic dome right now, under the ocean. There are many types of magic that can be used: protective, defensive, offensive. I believe you were all suffering until very recently. Yes, basically, it's all it is technology you're not familiar with. Most of this is technology you're unfamiliar with. I believe you were all suffering from nightmare spells. You have the residue on you until recently. I think that was the cult's doing.
That does ring a bell, yes.
Yes. So
you're just a visitor here? You don't have any pull with the locals?
Well, I have diplomatic immunity. We are on good terms due to peace times as well. I requested that they not kill you because you are interested in becoming a vessel.
Thank you for that. Actually, on
and
that
should you become a
topic-
vessel, you would be given free reign and able to leave. Of course, because you'd have to do work above.
Right.
Well, your body would. Your mind would be where my people are.
Yes. On that topic, I had a rough day today, and I feel like I'm not making a good impression on the locals.
They are hard to impress as a human, yes.
I hear that there is some technology that I'm actually familiar with. A submarine somewhere?
Yes, the submarine. I believe it was the Titan Uranus.
Yeah, I've actually done some reading on that. If it's possible, could you put in a word for me to, like, be moved, so to speak? Because I hear they're interested. And if I'm just wasting my time,
yes, I believe they
messing up,
pulled it apart and took it, pulled it apart, examined it, and put it all back together again. I don't think they're currently doing any work on it. But if you prefer physical labor, I could request you to be moved over to that division.
You know, I'll keep trying my hand. I mean, I'm not one to shy away from hard work. Mentally, don't want to leave Irina alone in the volcano.
Oh, yes,
area.
yes, group species. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah.
Wait, I said mentally. Did he read my mind?
Oh, you said that mentally. Then never mind. No, he didn't hear
Okay,
that. I didn't catch the mentally thing.
Just wanted to double check.
Yeah, no, he can't. He is not in a Yithian body right now. He cannot read your mind.
Oh, good to know. So, I guess I thought when you said you were heading back up, did you mean to the surface or did you mean back to your original home?
Oh, back home. My term is almost up with this vessel, but in order to exchange, there is a device that needs to be constructed, which we often leave disassembled because if a random human stumbles upon it, messes around with it, they either break it or they accidentally end up where we are, or bad things happen. So we disassemble it and leave it in places that only we know about. So it's a series of crystalline rods and connectors, and get the right resonance and then transfer. But it is a rather difficult device to operate, so if you wish to become a vessel, I would do the transferring for yourself first and then myself.
Oh, I'd appreciate that.
Speaking of which, I believe one of your companions has a piece of of my device that I am constructing. There are spares here. I don't need it, but
A piece?
yes.
Could you describe it?
Yes, crystalline connector piece. But he describes the piece, the thing that Bobby May found on the statue.
Oh, you know what? That does sound familiar.
Yes, I was going to go to the island to retrieve it myself. I had a location detector on it, and I saw that it moved and came onto the yacht. And yes, I believe it's on her person. So I'd be willing to, since you seem like such a pleasant individual, like mind, I believe that we could. You could persuade her to give it up.
I put my hand on his. I am.
And again, weird, conflicting expressions across his face, and he goes, "Well, I'd be willing to give her something in exchange."
Sure, I can pass along for, of course, making this as smooth as possible. What are you proposing? I need the details.
Well, is there something she desires? I can't guarantee her freedom because that is not something, again, I've only bartered for one vessel upon my arrival here, not multiples. Right. But if there is an amenity or a luxury item, I could bring something in for her if she would desires. Of course, of your current level human technology, I can't go into the future. That's against our rules to bring you something of that nature.
Sure. Let me think on it, as I hope the people might type some ideas in chat because I'm
or
coming
some
up
knowledge. I have lots of knowledge. I have so much knowledge to give.
If we change the subject real quick, because I thought when you said you were going up, you were just going to walk up that spiral tower in the middle of this place.
Oh, well, the device is further up, further in. We have a big section of spare parts, but again, they're very difficult to manufacture, so a piece would be appreciated to add to the collection, so whoever has to do the swap back next has less hassle.
Yeah. I thought the spiral tower actually led to the surface where the sun is and such.
This is just a regular embassy building like you have up in your human cities. You've got embassies in different cities and nations. This is just ours. Now, the shape is unique to Yithian architecture, specifically built to have certain ley lines of energy to make sure that our transferal device works properly. But it does not lead straight to the surface.
I see. How soon do you need that piece, by the way? As soon as possible, or you have some time before you need to put it in its place?
Oh, I have some time. I'm not in much of a rush, so I'm working on taking my time assembling the device. And again, I have extras here. It'd just be nice to have it in the cabinet for the next person.
Tell you what,
could be me.
I will reach out to. It could be me. It's also new and exciting.
Yes.
Squeeze his hand.
Why don't I show you around the tower a little bit?
Oh, that would be great. And as for my friend,
yes.
Perhaps the old human adage.
Bobby.
It's best to let.
Bobby May. Yes, that one.
Yes. The old human adage, it's best to let people tell you what they want. So I'll just ask her what she wants.
It is most often just better to just have people tell you, yes.
Is there something you want to tell me?
I wanted to show you around the tower.
Let's go!
Yes, let's show you around a bit. And he'll take you through, a little awkwardly, keeps glancing at you a lot with, again, this weird, confused, conflicted expression on his face. There are certain rooms.
Do you guys have babies where you come from? Is that a thing?
Oh no, we haven't procreated in a very long time. It's usually unnecessary.
Usually.
Well, it's been unnecessary for several thousand millennia. Our original forms had a need for such things, but we evolved past that.
You never want to succumb to your baser urges?
Not in our Yithian forms. Some Yithians have a proclivity for certain events whilst in certain bodies. We don't just transfer with humans. We transfer with any species, really, that we wish.
Wow, interesting. Perhaps if I do become a vessel, I might see things a bit more from the grander Yithian perspective.
I'm sure you would. Speaking of which, this is before we inhabited the bodies of humans every now and then, these were the insectoids that we used to possess. And you see this room, and it's got It's got some weird architecture. Like, it's like the same general layout you feel as like the last little kitchenette room that you were in, but so alien. Like if wasps had a kitchenette, you see again little like waxy looking pods and things. This is a future or past form that the Great Race has taken. Current forms when we lived on Earth were these, and you can see like again this one looks. The shapes again are very weird, very diagonal, very triangular in certain aspects. You notice a table that's cut in the reverse of a triangle, so if you had a triangular shaped body, you could just walk right up to it and kind of park yourself like a little chair. And weird, again, technology for the kitchenette type thing. Just, you know. So we have tried to have accommodations for each past, present, future iteration of ourselves, so that way it's always comfortable in our embassies. Not that we have many left on Earth, but there's still a few.
By the way, you seem to be able to, the locals seem to be able to impart knowledge and memories and thoughts and such through their...
The Elder Things?
The Elder Things, yes.
Yes, they are a telepathic-ish race.
Do you also share that ability?
Certain forms do.
I was hoping to be able to become fluent so I could better understand all this, because I have to admit, it's a lot.
Ah, yes. If you become a vessel, your body would understand things here, having a Yithian inside of it, and you inhabiting a Yithian body would understand things over that side as well.
But I couldn't be granted that ability now, pre-vessel.
No, it requires the transference.
I see. How do I prove myself?
It's always, like, really awkwardly, like, puts a hand on your shoulder. It's self-improvement is always a virtuous thing. And then lets it sit there for a second, then before, like, taking it back. And this is the device. And several doors automatically close as you go past. You're guessing maybe you haven't earned the right to those knowledge vessels, or they might be a little harmful for your human brain to see. Which, by the way, I do need you to make me a sanity check as he's showing you all these weird rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a Wonka land of horrors.
I was wondering when that one was coming.
Yeah. It's during the tour, you know. This whole Yithian thing.
Ooh. No antipsychotics gonna help with that.
Yeah. You lucky duck, you only lose 4.
Again, I'm gonna be able to see Goop before the game ends.
That's the real goal, isn't it?
Yep.
So yeah, you lucky duck. Man, I rolled the opposite for the other crew. It's like, instead of 2 and 2, it would have been like 4 and 4. 5 and 5. It would have been awful. So, 4 sanity lost, you don't even get a temporary insanity. But it's a lot to take in. Like, this stuff he's saying about time travel through possessions of different people's bodies at different eras. Their great library that they have with all this knowledge on the past, present, future on different planets throughout the universe. All these rooms with all these weird shapes and architecture. And then he takes you to one of the upper rooms, and you see there is a crystalline, almost like, you know those changing tents on the beach? Like, you've got the PVC framework. Imagine that, kind of, but with crystalline rods and all sorts of weird tubes going into it.
Machine?
This is our transference device. Not quite complete yet. It's been rough looking up to mind the mess, and he, like, kicks some tools, some weird-looking tools aside. Yes, so you can see the joint that I would be using is right there. It's like a corner joint on the top.
I get close, but I don't touch it. Like, I my hands are behind my back, very purposely showing. I'm examining it. Does it look pretty easy to break?
No. It, like, crystal, you know, has different densities on the Mohs scale. Like a diamond, it's really hard.
Right.
Other things, pretty fragile. This is a very hard crystalline material. You're not even sure what crystal this is made out of. But it appears to be, based on what Bobby May showed, it's pretty hard. It might not be from this planet.
Oh, and so the piece Bobby May has would fit into this to make it work.
Yes, it would be work in progress. It's not quite finished yet. We have to put it together and take it apart every time so that people don't accidentally use it. You understand?
I understand.
Yes. But yes, so Bobby May, that one, not you, that one. She, whatever she has a desire, be it a, knowledge
Except
or
escape.
an item. Except escape. I can't be like, yo, elder things. That's the slang these days. Yo, elder things.
That is a slang indeed.
Yes.
It's quite formal to start every conversation with yo.
Here's a look of like, I'm not sure that's quite right, but okay. Let her out. Just her, nobody else. Send her to the surface. A, they'd probably do exactly that and she wouldn't survive. B, they
wouldn't have set her up with like the
her.
bubble thing that got us down here?
I would have to specifically state that. Give her own little bubble and send her up. And then they'd probably send her up to the middle of the ocean. She'd probably drown. And you can only float for so long.
Because they like send her up to the island.
You have to be very specific in your negotiations with certain creatures. Elder things generally tend to be one of them. They're not for generalizations, you see. They're very specific beings.
Wait, doesn't that mean your vessel will be trapped down here too?
Diplomatic immunity. They will.
Oh, keep going, please.
Oh, diplomatic immunity. This vessel will be granted safe passage away, due to the fact that they came in with diplomatic immunity. Terms have already been negotiated with the elder things. This vessel will be wake up, come to back in Ushuaia.
I see. Oh, so if you have diplomatic immunity, they know what that means.
Yes. He'll pull up some weird like mechanical thing and bloop, a little hologram thing pops up. He goes, yes. Terms were negotiated when I originally inhabited this vessel. I came into it in a different location, not from here, but the terms were that to be released in the nearest, escorted safely, blah, 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 subsection B, C, D. It's very complicated, and it's all written in, again, the weird dot language, and we would assume to be Yithian. It's a weird, kind of scrolly, all-connected, swirly language.
I don't know if this is a big ask, but can I is there a way to get like a copy of this? I'm actually trying to study Yithian right now.
We have a Yithian primer for newbies.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Yithian ABCs?
Basically, yes, except there's 7,632 characters.
Sounds like I'll be busy.
Yes, that'll be, I'll give you the basics. And, he goes to a printer that's in the corner.
This is a printer down here.
Yes, there's a printer down here.
Next to the crystal transmitter.
Yeah,
Straight
there's
up dot matrix.
There's like an
just
HP
chilling.
printer out of coloring.
Yep. It's black and white. Unfortunately, you can't see the infravision colors that are in the Yithian alphabet spectrum of written language, but it'll be fine with your vessel. You'll see it then.
It sounds like being a vessel. All my problems will be fixed.
It's quite wonderful, really.
Hmm.
And he
Wonderful.
hits like start and like he pulls out this weird like holographic device and again just starts manipulating things and then starts printing out a Yithian ABC primer. It's going to take it a while. I'll bring it by your place later
If you
in
could,
the human enclosure.
Yeah, actually, if you would bring it by tomorrow, I'll probably know what Bobby May wants by then.
It'll probably take that long to finish printing, so yes. Might need more ink. Anyways. Yes. Would you like more wine? More tea? Before you...
I would love
you
more
leave?
wine and tea.
Certainly. And he'll take you back down the spiral. Because elder things and Yithians have problems with stairs. back down to the first where he'll pour you another cup of tea, which is quite good tea, and some more wine, and we'll escort you back to the human enclosure zone, where you are able to meet back up with your group. However, we're gonna pull that pin out from that earlier conversation. Bobby May, you scuttled off, leaving Teddy and Irina alone next to each other.
Yeah, probably still holding the stuff. Like,
Yep.
is she okay?
Bobby has the codex. Bobby took the
okay.
codex with her, but you guys would have the boxes. But
Okay.
Bobby noped the fuck out.
You went off to translate. Okay. Yeah, I just give like Teddy a look. Like, do we go after her? Because have you ever noticed that Bobby has a tendency to disappear all the time?
Yes.
Run off.
And usually the times that I have followed her is she's doing something stupid.
Maybe we should put this back to ship and find her.
I don't know, man. I don't know what we should be doing.
You look tired. Do you want to just take a break?
Yeah, that'd probably be nice. I was literally moving rubble and rocks, and seeing a person get splattered really does do something to your day.
Yeah, I imagine. She'll come back then. She just sighs and just hand on her shoulder like, let's go. And go back to, I guess, like play with the box a little bit and just sit and just take a break, because she's just like, I can't really handle chasing after Bobby today. I've done enough.
And what does Teddy do?
So Teddy stays with, like, unless you tell Teddy to go away.
Not really. She's probably just quietly like kind of tinkering with it, playing with it, just like, can I open this? Will this work? And just kind of idly doing that. And occasionally she'll kind of like glance up, like, what do you think we're gonna miss about home, if we die?
Shit, that's a hell of a question.
I've been thinking about it.
I mean, probably my family. My brother, sister. My brother is the only reason I'm like financially stable now. I'm able to do a job like this instead of keeping prize fighting and messing it all up here.
Yeah? Do you mean he got you set up here, or?
No, he told me how to not be stupid with my money. Because, like, you get into boxing, you win a few fights, then you start to get into some bigger fights, and those bigger fights give you a bunch of money. And I came from nowhere, Indiana. I don't know how to spend money. I mean, I got a little bit of education, but I didn't go to college or anything. I just read shit.
So your brother sounds like mine. He was also the sensible one, too. I didn't go to college either. It's just size. Spent all that time performing.
Well, yeah, but like, wasn't your performing basically your, like, the equivalent of college for you?
Yeah, they gave me an honorary music degree for it.
Look at you getting honorary degrees and such.
Yeah. Then I screwed it all up, so I get you. I also like to spend my money crazily. That's why I'm here.
What do you mean screwed it up, though? Like, you can still do it.
Not really. Not at all, actually. Just sighs and just like, we'll continue tinkering. I fell. Broke my hand.
So, like, but that doesn't mean you screwed it up. That, like, life happens. I got brain damage.
Well, kind of like how you can't really keep fighting with brain damage, I can't keep playing with... Doctor says it's something to do with my head and not my hands, but it shakes whenever I have to perform in front of people again. So, can't do that. And, can't even be a musician, and now we're trying to save the world.
Do you miss the, the adulation, I guess? the cheers.
Honestly, yes. I miss it a hell of a lot. But it's nice being outside of the spotlight for once. You get to meet people who like you for you, I hope. What about you?
I was gonna say the same thing, actually.
Yeah. Pretty nice, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, Bobby May thinks I have a thing for you.
Oh.
That's why she kind of pushed us together.
Well, is she right?
I mean, she could be.
She could be.
I mean, it seems like we have a lot more in common than I would have thought necessarily. And
I'm so.
Why you only meet interesting people when you're in like the worst situations in your life?
Keeps life interesting. And I'm quite sure this is where you're supposed to kiss me now, Teddy.
Oh. Well, in that case, smooches.
Let's go!
Woo! There are smooches. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea with smooches. Love it. Here for it. And Bobby May, what are you doing while you're like walking away with Goop, hoping Irina and hoping Teddy pulls one of those pickup lines that Goop suggested?
Yeah, one of the pickup lines.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely, yes. Bobby's gonna like duck behind a boat and just kind of make sure that they're hanging out together before she nopes off. Bobby's gonna take the compendium, whatever the fuck I've got, and I'm gonna go to the edge of the boatyard bubble.
The human enclosure, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bubble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go over to the edge of the bubble. Sure.
Yeah. I want to touch it. I just want to touch the bubble.
You want to touch the bubble?
What does it feel like?
Oh, okay. Can you give me a con check?
Oh, no. Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
I've made a decision, and it's not a good one. Oh, success. Okay.
You're good. Like when you touch, I guess someone said, I've not done it myself, but like when you lick a 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
You get that little bit of a shock
Jolt.
through you, a little jolt through your hand.
Ow.
But at the same time, okay, this is gonna be a weirder question. Have you ever pet a jellyfish?
Yes, as a
at the
matter of
aquarium?
fact.
We did together!
Yeah, we did!
You
at the
and me!
aquarium.
Okay, it's like petting those little adorable little moon jellies. It feels
Yeah.
like that. Like real
Okay.
weirdly dense jello. Very cold, but a little bit of a
Yeah.
zap to it. That's right.
little bit of
I was
zap.
like, I pet jellyfish. It was the best thing ever. And I did it with the most awesome people ever. And then I realized, wait, that was you.
I was one of them.
You weren't even one of them.
Yes. Okay. I
We
think
did that, like,
Bobby's just
3 months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. Yeah, Bobby just kind of like tests it out and just kind of like touch it and okay.
If you just touch it, if you could stick something into it. You could like
Okay.
it has, if you push a little bit more, it does have, you can send stuff through.
Send stuff through. Okay. I don't think Bobby wants to do that just yet.
You see like there's like
I'm gonna...
a bit of like someone's very disheveled like bowl, like they like chucked it like their snail, and it's like halfway through, just very slowly sinking. Like
sinking. Okay.
you imagine it's sinking, but it one of those things like watching paint dry, it takes forever to do so.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like further than you think. This bubble is probably a few feet thick.
Thick. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Then in that case, there's like a slight glow coming off of the bubble,
Yes,
right?
a
Like I can
bluish greenish
see-
glow. Yeah, same as some of the little bits of the floor here in the safe for human areas.
Okay. Then Bobby's gonna sit down, just kind of cross-legged at this
Mhm.
barrier, and pull out Goop and set Goop down.
Hi.
And hi there, darling. I'm gonna read this book now.
I feel
try
like
to,
we
anyway.
can make a lot of friends here. I feel like a lot of people here can hear me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can hear you.
That's really
don't it-
exciting. Usually not many people can hear me.
Yeah, it's. It would definitely mean more friends.
Yeah. So you
For
think Teddy and Arena are smooching yet?
Oh, I have no doubt that they've done that. All
Oh,
because of
good.
my machinations, of course.
Of course, you and I
course.
together.
Yeah,
Like
matchmakers.
Matchmakers, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're so devious.
absolutely. The deviest. And yeah, Bobby's just gonna translate the best she can with what she's got.
Sure.
This map and see if I can find a way out, maybe. Like
It's gonna
emergency
take a
exit.
lot of study. This is like, you've been reading size like 72 font. This is
Yeah.
like size 12.
12. Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot more than one study session, but give me a library use or an intelligence check to see how far you get through it today.
I will go with intelligence because that
Okay.
is better. Success.
You make some decent progress. You get
Okay.
some bits done. It's gonna take a lot more time to do this.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna take multiple times, but you hear Goop say,
Oh, looks like Parker's coming back.
Oh, all right. Well, I think I'm gonna like lean. Do I have like a clear line of sight? Can like people see me that I'm out here?
people can see that you're out here. You notice like there's like 60, like 50, 60 feet down. There's someone else who's just staring out into the bubble.
Into
like,
the-
yeah, basically into the
Okay.
abyss. There's
Okay.
a couple people. Like, everyone
Yeah.
seems to be minding their own business for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, Bobby's just gonna chill here and just keep working.
Cool. Parker, you see Bobby May. It looks like she and Goop are chilling and working on translating those weird, again, they're like black, somewhat translucent sheets of stone glass, something like that. But the chum guzzler's right here. Where do you go, Parker, coming back from your totally not a date with the manager, with Kenneth
Yes.
Wills?
Normally after social situations, Parker's usually okay. He's probably pretty drained. Not only due to the sanity laugh, but just like that's a lot of information.
Yeah. It's a time for bed.
He's just gonna like sit around and think, and yeah, he's just gonna take some time dedicated to thinking.
Sure. There's another very low tone that goes out after about another hour or so, and then the dome dims a bit. You realize now that the dome was about this color, this brightness when you guys arrived, signaling a time to rest or some such. And you notice it's not dimming uniformly across the whole dome, but it's definitely dimming in this section.
Sleeping section.
Yeah. As if they figured out humans do better with light changes every now and then.
Bobby will head back probably to the group when
Yeah.
the time changes. The
Sure.
light.
It's probably
Changes.
another couple hours.
Yeah.
So, and you see Parker probably sitting out in front of the Chum Guzzler, having to think.
Ah. How'd your date go?
Tell Parker I said hi.
Goop says hi.
Oh, hey, Bob May, hey Goop. Oh, we are so fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I've accepted that, so I'd have no other expectation than to die down here.
I'm just. I'll
I'd be
fill you
sad
in.
if you died.
Oh, well, thank you, Goop. I'd be sad if you died too.
Aw.
Where's Irina and Teddy?
I don't know. I sent them off a while ago, so hopefully having fun.
Having fun?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't know. Teddy has a thing for Irina.
What?
Yeah, he told me last night. So I was kind of pushing that. Did you not pick up on? Wow. Okay.
I mean, I knew Irina was Russian, but
Yeah, a part half.
oh, well, okay. I mean,
Sounds like everybody's on dates here but me.
God, was that a date?
Oh, I think with the way he was looking at you as y'all were leaving, I think that was a date.
Oh man.
Did he vessel you?
He gave me the information, which it's a wow. Yeah, no, I thought I knew about a lot about our situation. We are truly fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, I had no other expectation than that, so not surprised.
I will fill you in, but first question, and probably the most important, other than escape, what is your heart's desire?
Excuse me?
Let's just say we have one heck of a wild card we can play, and honestly, it might just come down to what you asked for, Bobby May. Because that Starstone you picked up is actually kind of necessary. Not in so much that they can't get another one, but it would be much more convenient for them to bribe you with something and for you to give them that.
Your alien lover?
Which brings me to the other things that make this a very complicated day. Technically, alien mind, human body. So
that's more
Irina
convenient.
was right.
The anatomy's still the same, so you can still vessel.
What do you... Oh.
Was that a euphemism?
Yes, darling, it is. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
I thought so.
Yeah, you caught it. See, Goop caught it. It was a euphemism.
It feels like I lost a few brain cells just trying to absorb all the information, so I'm a little slow right now. Yeah, but yeah, I fill her in about like most of what I've learned. We're getting a copy of a dictionary tomorrow. I was hoping maybe we could find a loophole because the only thing, even if he could phrase it specifically to get us out of here alive, even if he wanted to, because technically they're not allies, they're just mutual peace. They respect each other.
They're like the UN.
Yeah, very much so. But even if he could phrase it correctly, the only way you're getting out of here through Shoggoth, the great old ones, shepherding you is if you have diplomatic immunity, which you only get if you become a vessel.
Which is what you're becoming.
Well, that's the thing. If I become a vessel, I'm not going to be here. My body will be here, but my mind's going to be in the past on a different world.
Future.
Something...
Who knows?
God, I'm still wrapping my head around it.
Well, honestly, as an antiquarian, I feel like that's an amazing opportunity for you.
I mean,
learning all that new knowledge.
The knowledge would be cool without the horrors that's kind of attached with it.
Well, I mean, you'll be in an alien body, so how horrible could it be?
You'll be in an alien body. Yeah.
It is still my mind though, Bobby May. There's a death of the self, the death of your like ego that you have to worry about.
Well,
like,
your ego's not dying because your mind is still there.
But if I go on this trip, will I still be me? Like, you with your memories versus you without your memories are two very different people. Which one is the true you? Now, if you do that enough, if your perception is altered to an untenable level, are you still you? Or are you just something that's broken? That's what I'm worried about. Besides, I like you guys. I don't want to just ditch you to become like a vessel, even if that is an option.
Teddy and Irina, you hear talking outside of the Chum Guzzler. Sounds like Parker and Bobby May.
Well, I mean, if you have an opportunity to go.
I can't pretend it's not tempting. Like, they have a pot that heats up water like that.
Like nothing?
Yeah, like nothing.
Interesting. You could go see the past, you could go see the future. I mean...
I don't know how much I get for being a vessel, okay? I'm still very much a guy that has a human body. I don't know if I.
Also, are you gonna be in that alien body till you die?
No,
Till like
it's a
what
temporary measure, I believe.
Okay, so then what happens? Do you remember everything when you come back, or you just like
It's
wake
still-
up with no memories?
It's still
That was
my
a
mind.
question
I
that
assume
was
so.
not asked.
Yeah.
I assume so. Yeah.
And do you just like die when you come back into your body? Like what happens to vessels afterwards?
Well, the vessel gets safe passage back to.
Right, your
Oh,
body,
well,
but
Yeah.
that doesn't necessarily mean your mind.
I think that's officially killed the mood.
Yeah.
I don't know how far you would have gone, but she'll make herself decent. And just go, guys, we're dressed. You should come in.
Oh, you're dressed, are you?
I think that did more
Were you
than
not
just
dressed earlier?
smooching.
I just figured
Ah.
you're waiting for some reason. Just come in. Just,
Yeah, that.
Just Bobby just kind of like books.
How
I
we
did
feeling?
good.
concerned. You guys had some very interesting conversations. I say as like, my face is probably pretty nice right now. I've got a good complexion.
Yeah, I imagine y'all had some interesting conversations
I
as
think
well.
their morale has improved.
I would agree, Goop.
I feel like
Did they regain sanity?
What are you agreeing with, Goop, on?
Oh, nothing, darling. You're fine.
Okay, well, I'm not in agreement of anyone becoming an alien vessel, just for the sake of your own sanity.
I feel like I've forgot a few very important questions. I was kind of trying to figure other stuff out.
Yeah, like how do vessels typically cope with being in an alien body? Have vessels been known to go insane while they're over there?
They've done this for a while, so they must have.
How are we coping with living in a bubble underwater?
Oh, right.
Honestly,
And they
better
use
than
the
I thought
slave
I'd be.
labor.
So, important things. One, the spiral embassy thing does not go to the surface, so that's out. Two, they took apart the sub, but they put it back together, so it should be functioning, but there's only room for 4. 3, Bobby May has a starstone. The diplomat, the envoy, is willing to give something for it to make it easier, because they can get another one. They just think it's a hassle. As long as what she wants is not to escape, they're willing to barter.
Did you find out that if you kill one of these things while they're in a human vessel, do they die forever?
The thing is, they have magic and spells. That's actually how they know you have the star thing, because it was where they put it, and now it was on the yacht, and so they know it came down with the yacht. So,
Okay, what? Oh, wait, no. You said spells.
yeah, they have defensive spells, offensive spells, utility.
Do they know the spell for the bubble?
Didn't ask.
I didn't ask. Oh, it's okay. He's coming back tomorrow
He is.
with a Yith ABC book.
What
you, Irina?
the fuck?
Well, I thought they had 2 things. One, Irina already made flashcards, so I thought she might spend some of her free time with that. Obviously, that's not what she's going to be spending her free time on anymore. But secondly, if we knew how to read Yith, maybe we could find a loophole in the agreement where we could use that diplomatic immunity to get out of here. I don't know. I was just...
Irina was playing with our box.
Yeah.
I'm sure she was.
Yeah, I just hold up my box. I didn't make the box.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure you weren't playing with the Denny?
I don't know
You
what
know
box
what?
is euphemism for.
Don't worry about it, Goop. I'll tell you when you're older, Goop.
Oh my
I'm
god.
older than you.
Yeah.
Relative age.
Anyway.
Okay, I will write down the question so I don't forget next time. But he is coming tomorrow to drop off the dictionary and to hear what Bobby May wants for the Starstone.
Interesting. All right.
I thought it best he not drop by randomly while we were talking.
Working
Yes.
and that.
If they need this thing so much, is there a reason specific we're giving it to them?
Because they can just get another one. They have spares, but they're just harder. They would have to go and get it. So eventually they'll get one.
It's like ordering a custom car part instead of just having it in your closet.
This will give us something if we need something like.
What do you think
down
we
here.
can get out of him now?
He was pretty clear that as long as it wasn't like immediately apparently dangerous, or it wasn't us leaving here.
What about the submarine? I mean, we can't really leave with the submarine,
Well,
even if we tried.
Well, maybe.
At least, they wouldn't think we could.
I guess he did say that they took it apart and they put it back together, so they weren't really like working on it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Can we pilot a submarine? I guess
These questions and more on next week's episode of Call of Cthulhu Below the Land of Fire. Think about what you want to ask for. Think about what you want in exchange for that little corner crystal piece you have. And also questions you might want to ask Kenneth when you see him next, because there's some things that were not asked today that I was very excited about. So let's go around, let's say who we are, where we can find you, and your favorite moments of tonight's game. As the sun sets, as the dome dims over Saturday the 18th of April, 1986. So, let's go in the same order as we started. Parker, how was tonight for you? Your love spell worked. Congrats.
Yay? Question mark? I mean, we got good information out of it.
You got a lot more information than you would have without it.
Ooh. I am very excited. Even though we're kind of trapped down here, it's like we have more tools to use now, which is helpful. Also, it really was a horny episode.
It really was. Oh, thank you.
Yes. Oh, I'm Yutsai. Had a lot of fun today. Can't wait to see where it goes next, and if I become a vessel or other euphemism. This is the only game I'm doing online. If you have one going on, feel free to invite me. I love playing games with cool people online, like these folks. Otherwise, you can find me on the Blue Sky at Yutsai. Hey, that rhymes. I just realized that.
Hey, it does. Bobby May rhymes with lots of things today. How was tonight for you?
Tonight was a blast. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. You can find me here pretty much exclusively. I don't really play anywhere else. Mondays for our Mondays in Exandria campaign, every other Monday. And then every other Tuesday now for our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign, woohoo, which we're starting in 2 weeks. Not next week, but the week after. I'm very excited about that. Episode 1. And then this game, of course. My favorite part, I liked that Bobby got to kind of be in the background a little bit this episode and just kind of be like, hey, I'm gonna push you guys together, you guys go do your thing. And then just all of the euphemisms and all of the innuendos and stuff I thought were just hilarious. I like that Bobby basically has like a wish that she can be like, hey, this is what I want, kind of thing. And we'll see what comes of that. That could be interesting. But I'm very excited and concerned about what's happening in this dome. So it's next week's going to be a doozy.
Next week is going to be a doozy. Someone who's going to be part of that doozy, or responsible for it, I think, would be Miss Irina Zhao. How was tonight for you?
Very, very fun. As Nugget has already said, today was a horny episode. I was very happy. Oh, I loved especially Yutsai putting up that drip with Parker and all that rizzing. It was perfect. It's like, I'm gonna fix myself. Hey, that was absolutely brilliant. I think I died a lot actually. We got a ship, guys. I was very excited. I was like, oh my god, it's a ship. We're all about to die, but we have a ship. So, priorities. Other favorite moments. Love the NPCs as usual. I like that lady who was like, yeah, we went on a yacht, did a lot of drugs. I recognize this one.
Yeah.
Girls living goals until she came here. But, That is what it is. Thank you for all the little lores. I feel always very vindicated. I always feel like Captain Holt with vindication just right there every time. But yeah, looking forward to next session. You will find me here next week. That's the only place.
Wonderful. We're happy to have you here. Someone who's also happy to have you would be Teddy. How's tonight for you? I'm the queen
Apparently
of bad
today
segues.
Was Boxing Day.
Hey.
Anyway, let's see. Favorite moments from tonight. There were some fun ones. I really enjoyed trading a box of goodies for ayahuasca and a freaking canteen, essentially. That was freaking hilarious. The lady there is hilarious. Parker's date. Boy, oh boy, that was awkward funness there for sure. Bobby May just getting called out for just like, does Bobby May walk out, just do stuff and get in trouble? And Teddy's just like, yep, that's exactly what happens. We're just gonna let her this time though, I guess. Fun times for all. We're all gonna die here, so that's probably not good, but you know, it is what it is. I'm Dimples and Dice on all the socials. You can find me next on Saturday on D&D Journalese channel. We're back with season 3 of Ampistrano D&D. I'm playing the captain from Mage Hand Press book, and I have a little companion named Gribble, who is a grung who hangs out on my shoulder, and we're the Damp Daddies.
Nice. Very, very nice. And that just leaves me, who is not as nice sometimes as a GM. Although I have been a very benevolent GM, giving you so much tonight. Y'all rolled really well at times when it really mattered. Like not getting crushed by stone and finding a lightning gun. I didn't think y'all were gonna get the lightning gun roll on the first day, let alone if ever, so that's exciting. My favorite moments was Irina just crushing it at the forge. Just being like, badass forge and boss. Parker getting all of the side-eye from the Elder Things, not knowing he has murder immunity from being a potential vessel for now. Just being like, oh no, I failed again, and they're just like, yep, but we made a promise to not kill that one in particular, so okay, just keep trying, buddy, I guess. Just the pure awkwardness between Parker and Kenneth, just loved it, beautiful. Goop ships Irina and Teddy. He believes in love, and love is in the air, as is probably really not good for you things here down at the bottom of the ocean. But it's fine! I loved seeing a ship sail here in the ship graveyard, which is basically the enrichment for the human enclosure. And Bobby May, just going off with your maniacal machinations of shipping and decoding, you know, important pieces of information by yourself, by the light of the dome. And I think it'll be just lovely next week when we find out some follow-ups to what happens. What will they ask for tomorrow? Will it be 100 pounds of dynamite? Will it be a spell for the bubble? Will it be, you know, there's all sorts of things one could ask for, so one should think carefully, and that's why I'm giving you a whole week to do it. So, until next time, you can find us here, again, like Nugget said, Mondays, every other Monday, and every other Tuesday, starting Tuesday after next for Ghosts of Saltmarsh and our Mondays in Exandria game. Keep your eyes peeled soon for a new once-a-month campaign starting up soon. I'm working out the details, but that should be super duper fun. So until next time, have fun and play games. Goodbye.